This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is advised, as the content may include strong language, adult themes, and topics not suitable for younger listeners.
This podcast has no affiliation with any sports leagues or sports programs discussed on the show. The views expressed are those of the host and the guest, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organizations. Enjoy the show.
Cool.
Motherfucker, we gone crazy. Yeah, what up, what up, what up? I'm in here right now, and you know I'm dressed up. I messed up a few times, but shit, so what? It's fine because I just don't give a fuck. Just don't give a fuck. Just don't give a fuck.
Tommy, we are back. We have not had an Unruly show in what feels like months.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, 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 caramba, and other words.
See, that's right. We have been deeping into our Spanish roots.
Some people have started Duolingo.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Yes, whereas some people, Jay, has been trying to hit up Dua Lipa on the Instagram, which is not going as well.
Abrigo and camisa, which is a jacket and a shirt. I told you, I've been Duolingoing it up right now.
Donde está el biblioteca?
Mas, which is a lot.
I asked where the library was.
I know. I didn't know how to respond. Well, you know, Duolingo takes you at its own rate, and sometime it'll tell me where the library is, and then I can answer you properly. So we have a action-packed, segment-stuffed show today.
No kidding. We've got Sports News Network, classic. Hear Me Out, classic. Jay, what else we got?
What's up, West Virginia?
What's up?
We have gnarly sports. We're going to talk about some gnarly sports that are going around the internet. You might have seen on social medias through clips and whatnot, reels, TikToks,
Absolutely.
and what have you.
We scoured the fucking earth and we found our top 5 gnarliest, most dangerous sports out there. And we're going to rank them for you.
And in our searches, we realized a lot of sports are just hobbies that people have. They have no competitive aspect to it whatsoever. I mean, yeah, some of them you have to be athletic to do, but
It's true.
not a sport.
Like free solo climbing. I get it's dangerous. You're climbing a rock, but you're climbing.
What I would say would be one of the gnarlier sports is racing free solo climbing, because one maybe in their speeded up effort falls and dies.
See, there you go. Make a competitive edge to it. Otherwise, yeah, you're just stamp collecting.
Yeah, I'd probably watch free solo climbing race.
I would.
Yeah, they have to get risky to win, put it all on the line. Maybe it doesn't work out for them.
Maybe there's like little things you can do to put challenges. Like you get to a certain checkpoint and the other opponent, like, they put oil down it.
Oh no, he hit a mushroom.
Yeah, we got that. We're going to go through the water cooler. We got a lot of stories. A lot of stuff's happened almost a month since our last episode. So we got a lot of things to talk about. Oof, you're not going to miss that.
The sports news world is up a storm right now. There's so much things going wrong and it's going wrong a lot. There's some cool things. Seahawks won a Super Bowl, I heard.
That is cool. I did hear that.
Sam Darnold, Super Bowl winner. Their parade had a lot to say.
Yeah,
They said a lot of things during their parade. Also, we have Chad Powers.
that's true. We finally finished the whole season. We're going to go through and give our honest takes.
And I have my end of the season summary through haikus.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Ooh. I'm ready. I think Tommy's mom loved the first time we did the haikus, so they're back by popular demand, obviously. And we're going to just nail out some haikus to sum up how this season has went, and that we're sad it's gone.
Yeah.
Feels so long. So February 14th is we're talking about that in water coolers, the next Super Bowl. We're just barely a year past the next Super Bowl now.
No kidding.
A year away. But we're ready for August. At least that's closer than a year away.
I know the Panthers got a lot to do to get ready for that Super Bowl.
Commanders really got to do a lot. They got to do a lot. There's a lot to be done.
But I hear they're not going to get a grade on it anymore, so that's good.
So we can go back to having a shitty locker room and facilities because no one can say anything. You know, don't ask, don't tell.
Exactly, especially with the touching the cheerleaders. That was a big thing of Snyder's.
I know. I think the new owner's probably happy that he doesn't have to worry about that if he so chooses to, want to grope on them. Maybe try to sell them to business investors and things like that. The cheerleaders out for like nights and, sex, whores,
Damn.
prostitution.
Straight pimping.
Straight pimping. Daniel Snyder was always about it. When he's not living on his ship now like a fucking villain. But we are going to get after it today. We are going to hit up we're going to hit my haikus next. We're going to hit those haikus for everybody. And guys, it is a lot of ups and downs. It was a very tumultuous season, especially for me.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go great for me, but I feel like through my worded art, perfectly counted worded art, because
Yes.
syllables and stuff. I portray my journey throughout this last couple months. And, it's straight from the heart.
Absolutely. And for those of you that still have that CTE, haikus go by 575 syllable count. So that's what you can expect.
And it's open to how I pronounce them. So sometimes maybe I skip a syllable by taking out some letters.
That's part of it. Now, you're an artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist. I make it work to my world.
Absolutely.
And if you talk shit about it, you're a piece of shit and no one likes you. How dare you judge my art? It's my art.
And it doesn't have to rhyme. A lot of people complained last time it didn't rhyme. It doesn't have to rhyme.
That's not what haikus are.
Exactly. That's not the rules. The rules say you don't have to rhyme.
I'm not writing a fucking 757 rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be silly.
Learn what haikus are, you uncultured swine.
God damn.
Pieces of shit. We're going on to my haikus next.
Yep.
But Tom, remember when I picked up that nice little, hobby, writing haikus?
No.
I think it was like the first episode of the season. Like I got into haikus, and like I never said if I ungot it out of them. Like I just was like no longer interested in haikus.
Oh, I thought you said, hey, dudes.
I do have 2 pairs of hey dudes, but no haikus. Sometimes I write haikus in my hey dudes.
Oh, yes. I'm very familiar with your haikus. Big fan.
I got some good ones.
Oh, do you? You want to share it?
I don't think I'm prepared. Like that's a big thing. Like I want it to be like a whole, like put on performance when I do it.
Sure, but come on. Just a little something right now.
Just one.
Just one. Just one. Just one.
All right. I'm ready. Lights, please. This one is called Commanders Did Bad. Why do you do this? Do you think pain is funny? Existential bane. I pronounced that right, probably. This next one is called Caleb Williams. You guys know how I feel about Caleb Williams. Maybe I had a change of heart. I don't give a fuck. I still loathe your every move. Postseason be damned. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you gave those fans in Chicago. I don't give a fuck. Still hate you. The next one is called Cowboys. We all know how I feel about the Cowboys. Cowboys. Ha 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 ha! You think this is still your season? You think it's still your season? Delulu as fuck. That means delusional. So like the Generation Alpha, I think. Why did they get the best one?
It just resets. They had Gen Z and then started over.
That's some bullshit. The original Gen Alphas are definitely like buried under a rock somewhere.
I guess those are only like 25. Yeah, they're definitely old.
Speaking of old people, this next one is called Bad Bunny's halftime show in Espanol. Odio que pierde. Vince el amor y ritmo. Benito Gano! And, I'm not going to put translation in English because I'm not going to step on that culture. I'm just not going to do that. That's the way it was intended to be said. That's the way I wrote it. That's the way it's a haiku. Because of those syllables that they added. This next one is in English, though. Last one. Seahawks win the Super Bowl. Darnold, congrats, man. From mononucleosis to Super Bowl champ. Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Stellar. Just wonderful.
I come on Tuesdays and when I play with myself.
Soul, you catch a game last night?
All right, guys, we are here for the water cooler. We have a lot of stories. We will get started. Waste little to zero time. Tommy, did you hear that skiers are actually getting hyaluronic acid injected into their penises so that they compete better?
I did hear about this. This is wild. Apparently, that injection stuff can give you 1 to 2 extra centimeters of girth, and it lasts for 18 months. And the reason they're doing this is because they say on the thing, for every extra inch of surface area on your suit,
You gain that much more confidence.
yeah, and with that confidence, you actually lift up into the air. And that's what R. Kelly was singing about in the I Believe I Can Fly song, which many people misunderstood and thought it was about him molesting children.
Nope, just penis injections.
Exactly. And so, yeah, Olympic committees say it's not doping, it's not illegal, and they're injecting themselves to get that extra lift off.
Do you think Superman just hangs an outrageous dong? Like, for being able to fly so high?
He wouldn't have to. I mean,
He's got one that swings down to his knees or something. Lois Lane taking on the most strongest man in the world, but also the longest man in the world.
That's why they call him the Man of Steel.
Oh, God, poor Lois. And for that, we'll say, rest in peace, Lois Lane. You were a wonderful reporter.
Split in half.
Split right in half. Split her like a damn log. But yeah, so this is one of the wild, it's not cheating, so it's like one of the wilder storylines coming out of the Olympics right now.
Yeah. I guess it's going to be a point of pride in the future Olympics when you're like, no, I didn't inject my penis. It's just like that.
It'd just be like that. It's fucking got a soup can on him.
Yeah. So that makes me wonder another thing. Does it affect them because it's the Winter Olympics? Do you think they're like putting hand warmers or like little things that keep their dicks and make the shrinking less?
Oh yeah, like a tire losing air scenario.
Absolutely. Like right before they're about to step out on the slopes, they're in the tent and they're like Indian burning their dicks. Like, come on, hot.
They just have a girl in there massaging dicks right before they go out there. Oh, you about to fly so high. His sticks and the ground falls. It sticks like a peg in the ground.
Skiing with 3 poles this evening.
So that changes the game a little bit. And honestly, if my girl ever leaves me for a skier, I'll know why.
Yeah. So now we have to find out, where do you get these injections? Are they available?
And do you
can
have
I
to be a
some?
skier? Do you have to be a skier to get one? Like, do you ask for a skiing card? Because I just want one.
Yeah, I'll start skiing if I need it.
Yeah, I'll learn to ski. You know, pizza and French fry all the way down the hill. Get a bigger dick, a bigger dong. And so we'll move on from that one before we become a penis injection ad because they just sound cool. It sounds worth it. Sounds worth it. You can fly and you got a bigger dong.
There's no downside.
There's no downside at all. Zero downside. Except for like after the 18 months, your dick looks like a deflated balloon a little bit.
That makes me wonder, do you think
Do boners hurt after that?
the timing, does it take a while to grow, like one of those little marshmallow things you put in the water and it grows?
Turns into a hand towel?
Or do you think it instant big, and then over the next 18 months it slowly shrinks?
And how does the skin rebound down there after being such a thick cock, turning into such a tiny cock in 18 months?
Yeah, you're gonna have all that like dick skin like hanging off your fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Looks
God.
like a fat person who just lost a bunch of weight.
God.
Oh, man. I can't have my dick looking like a 1,000-pound stepsister. Or whatever they call in that TLC show.
Yeah.
Those ugly bitches.
My 1,000-pound life or my 1,000-pound sister or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Gross. Yeah, let's move on from the penis stuff because we're getting very penis heavy.
Yeah. Do you think the sequel to the 1,000-Pound Sisters is 1,000-pound caskets? It's the first casket that's ever made in a circle because they couldn't fit their fat asses in a normal one.
Christ.
All right, but we don't charge by the pound here at this mortuary, so we're going to move on. The Patriots got their asses kicked by the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Scoreless for the longest time. Everyone's going to say it was the first NFL football shutout in the Super Bowl. And disappointing it wasn't. They did score 13 points there at the end. We were kidding ourselves. This was exactly like 2 years ago when Patrick Mahomes played the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and everyone convinced themselves that Brock Purdy was going to beat Mahomes, and it wasn't. These rookie quarterbacks are getting these easy roads to the Super Bowl, and people are lying to them. They're kidding that they have a shot. The Seahawks dominated the fucking postseason. They did great regular season. Patriots looked good, but the Patriots had the second easiest season. And then they got handed the fucking Super Bowl with Bo Nix getting injured. They didn't deserve to be where they got completely.
This is where we kind of get into that fluffer thing that life is turning into. Because Will Campbell played the worst game at tackle I've ever fucking seen. Mm-hmm. And at first people were kind of like telling the truth about what happened. And they're like, man, he skipped out on the press conference. It was so bad, blah, blah. And then when he steps to the mic next, everybody's like, I mean, yeah, it kind of wasn't all his fault. Bullshit. He was getting run through like a fucking child at recess.
Yeah.
His fucking version the math teacher. Like, it was crazy. He stopped little to no one. He didn't even buy Drake May time. No. Drake May did not play a good game either. He played like shit.
No.
I feel like he held the ball too long. When you know your offensive line is that bad, you don't hold the ball that long. And he did. He's like we said before the game. Because more of the question when I took the Patriots was, will Sam Darnold be Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
But Drake May was exactly what I thought he could have been too, as in he was stripped again. He threw 2 picks, did not have a great game. Stephon Diggs did not show up often at all. I think he might have had 1 or 2 catches the whole game. Hell, I would leave him too. What a bitch. But yeah, I lost, but I expected Sam Darnold to become a pumpkin again, and he did not. He actually didn't he didn't turn over the ball 1 time in the whole postseason. That's admirable.
Yeah, but that first half performance, I disagree with the NFL MVP or the Super Bowl MVP. I think it should have been that fucking kicker.
Yeah.
Setting a record 5.
He was almost the most points scored in a Super Bowl by one person.
Yeah.
As the kicker. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Patriots defense actually is the unsung hero for keeping that game close for a while.
Yeah, Christian Gonzalez had a hell of a game, former Oregon Duck.
Yeah.
Really was the only thing that was good on the Patriots team at all.
Yeah.
They were just really bad.
There would have been 2 extra touchdowns if it wasn't for him.
Yeah. So it was just not. I didn't enjoy the Super Bowl. I don't know what. Like, it wasn't competitive. It's not that I don't like the Seahawks, but they wasn't a great offensive game for them really either.
No.
They got the field goal range a lot. But that's kind of the props, like we were saying, to the Patriots defense a little bit.
And the 2 touchdowns they got were walked in, basically.
Yeah.
Very easy.
The parade was pretty. There were some good clips from the parade.
Yeah.
A lot of flipping off the crowd and defending Sam Darnold. I think from previous shots, because no one's taking shots at Sam Darnold still.
Yeah, you can't.
But they're like, oh, y'all all hate on Sam. That's our quarterback. Fuck you guys. Did you see the shirts they were wearing?
No.
Pretty cool.
What is that?
It's like Sam Darnold with giving the middle finger and smoking a cigarette. He's like in a Seahawks uniform. It's pretty cool. I might want to snag one of those. It's a cool shirts.
That is cool. Yeah, the haters can shut the fuck up now. Sam Darnold has won the Super Bowl.
A Panthers quarterback has won the Super Bowl. You hear that? A lot of, he was negative before the Super Bowl, saying, the Panthers might have been the worst time of his career. He thought it might be all over at that point. And then now he's a Super Bowl winner. What's crazier is him and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley went number 2 or 3 in the draft. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold was the next pick. Both to New York teams. Saquon won the year before Super Bowl. Yeah. Sam Darnold the next year. So who's next? Who was that next pick in the draft that may be taking home a Super Bowl next year? We don't know.
Do you know?
No.
Oh, I didn't know. This
the world may never know, to be honest with you.
We have no way of looking that up. Even with computers.
Diggy, who was the draft pick right after Sam Darnold in that NFL draft?
The pick right after Sam Darnold was Denzel Ward, a cornerback.
Nope, that'll never happen. He was drafted to the Cleveland Browns. Yep, so that'll never happen.
No.
Denzel Ward, maybe this is going to be the break of the streak. 2 was cool enough.
Now, I went back and saw an old Reddit thread when they talked about Sam Darnold being transferred from the Vikings over to the Seahawks, and they were shit-talking. A lot of shit-talk from the Vikings. They said, good luck. Maybe if Smith Najubas can somehow become Justin Jefferson level of a wide receiver, he might be okay. Oh, so much fucking pie in their face. Those fucking
Justin
idiots.
Jefferson to the point even coming back and was like, yeah, we probably would have had a better season had we had Sam Darnold instead of Justin McCarthy or Justin McCarthy or whatever his name is, 9.
Yeah, good. Yeah, fuck all those guys. Sam Darnold was perfectly fine with the Vikings. I don't know why teams are just so quick to abandon B+, A- quarterbacks because they're not Tom Brady's.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny that the Vikings fired their GM after that. They're like, oh, this was your idea. You did this. Even the coach of the Vikings was like, I never said that we should go just J.J. McCarthy in year 2.
Yeah.
We should probably have someone else too. And everyone just kind of sold him down the river. He gets fired. Hilarious. And then now we're starting to get the NFL's racist things back again because 10 job openings of NFL coaches, not one black person hired. A black GM was actually fired.
Negative positions.
Negative positions. They've lost positions.
But interesting.
I want to bring up the racial point of when's the last time a black head coach won a Super Bowl. I think it was Mike Tomlin 15 years ago. Can't judge the results.
No. What's the Eagles head coach?
Nick Sirianni's a white man.
Damn.
Very white. He's an Italian guy.
I was getting mixed up with someone else. Yeah. Speaking of head coaching mix-ups, what do you think the Titans have against hair? All of the Tennessee Titans head coaching positions are now filled with bald men.
My guess is they want to play fast next season. And everyone knows that hair will slow you down. Me, I could be a lot faster if I just shave off all these beautiful locks, like Brian Daboll and Robert Salah. And I don't know the other bald coaches, but they seems like they definitely had a theme.
Yeah. I think it's a common thing with bald people that they really try and only interact with other bald people.
We don't want to waste any of your body chemistry on growing hair. We'd rather have that brain thinking about football.
Absolutely. If you're burning calories on stupid shit like growing hair when it should be thinking football, we don't want you.
If hair was so great, why doesn't a football have it?
Wow.
That's deep.
That's smart.
That's deep. So we'll move on to other football news here. And this idiot, my God, how do you get any more fucking stupid, allegedly, than James Pierce? It's crazy we have to say allegedly when there's photo proof of him being scooped up off the fucking pavement by police after hitting a cop with his car and trying to make his ex-girlfriend's car undrivable so she could not get to the police in time. I don't know what thought passed in his head, like, this is what I have to do to get away with this. It just made it 100 times worse than what it could have been.
Absolutely. Now, I don't necessarily blame him. We're talking about James Pierce if we didn't mention that. James, unfortunately, is a victim
of being stupid.
Of being in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Being near Atlanta, I don't know, forces you to start committing crimes. Whether it's UGA, the Falcons, probably just living in the town next door. You live there and you start wanting to fucking just go 90 miles per hour, hit your wife. I mean,
I've seen the show Atlanta.
you just want to start thugging.
Yeah. What was Childish Gambino's character other than the garbage bag boy or something?
I never watched one episode of
I
Atlanta.
neither have. I was just trying to sound cool. I was just trying to sound like I was in the know, you know.
Is it not Childish Gambino on the show?
He is definitely Childish Gambino on the show. I think he's got a weird rap name or something. I know at one point Michael Vick's on the show and he gets in a street race with like a sprinting. They're like doing 40-yard dashes in the streets.
That's cool.
Oh yeah,
I have to watch Atlanta.
yeah. There is some funny parts, but I think for the most part it's just a
like-
very urban show. That's how
Oh.
white people say hood rat show. Urban.
Urban, yeah.
With their urban clothing and all that other stuff. It's just a way to get away with some racially charged comments.
That's what they do on The Masked Singer. Whenever the Masked Singer is obviously a black person back behind the mask, they like, it sounds like a very city accent, a very urban style of singing. Just say they're black.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a black guy. There's a black guy back there.
I'm thinking R. Kelly, but he is in prison. How dare they say I'm R. Kelly in here? This is some fucking bullshit.
Oh, no, fuck you, man.
It kind of sounds like a P. Diddy. Oh, fuck them. Not fucking P. Diddy. Not fucking P. Diddy right now at all. Fuck them.
Fuck him. But yeah, James Pierce, Atlanta. He allegedly still has to go to court. He has denied the allegations that the video showing him attacking his girlfriend with his car. Ex-girlfriend, of course, had broke up after 3 years.
She smartly broke up with him.
Genius. Oh, that
Genius move. That's the smartest move of the year.
That would have been a. I cannot remember his name. Beat up his girlfriend in the elevator.
And a free agency move of the year. LA Sparks player leaves her boyfriend after a lot of abuse. 3 years of abuse, possibly. But yeah, he's an idiot. His career is over. But speaking of over careers, we're going to jump down to BYU player. Ruined his career. He's actually was a pretty good receiver for them. Parker Kingston.
Yeah.
His career's over, I think. I don't know. Maybe a D2 school's like, we're not going to get a 5-star player like this normally. Give him a second shot.
It will really come down to the case because it is definitely still allegedly.
Allegedly.
But allegedly, Parker Kingston has raped a woman and has a $100,000 bond. He has been cut from the university, cut from fucking everyone around him.
I'm glad to know that not just premarital sex is against the rules at BYU, but rape is as well.
Now tell me, if he was actually married to her and raped her, do you think they would have been okay with it?
Nope, I think they would call that marriage. Like, he gets sex once a week. Come on. We're not crazy. We're Mormon.
What's the issue? Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up. Hey, I just don't get the decision making of these guys. Do they think that they're so big? You're in college. This one's still in college still.
Yeah.
The other one being just a rookie. You're big enough to commit a crime like this and get swept under the rug?
No. Oh, God, no.
Speaking of people who think crimes are get swiped under the rug, Stephon Diggs, the biggest loser of the goddamn year of 2026 already,
Ooh.
all in the same week, has been dumped by Cardi B. He has lost the Super Bowl, and now he's going to court for strangulation of his former house chef.
Yep.
I believe it wasn't in the story that she'd asked for a raise, and that's why he choked her out. He was tired of Easy Mac or something. I don't know. I don't remember all the news here. But he is now going to court for that, has lost his girlfriend. Baby mama, actually. I think they might have also been engaged during that time. You never know.
Yeah. See, his relationship status is so fucking complex. I have no idea.
Yeah. But he loses. I feel like we should investigate the Massachusetts court system because they stalled all this till the Super Bowl was over, which is, I think, a little sus of the judicial system to be like, we got the Super Bowl coming up. Let's put some pins in this, see what happens with that, and then we decide what happens with this whole thing here.
I'm not going to get super political, but this was set by President by Trump because he had all these court cases while he was running for the election this second term. Then he got elected, and then they said, okay, he's a president. We're not going to convict him. So they waited until after, like, okay, let's see if he gets elected first. And so they do let's see if he wins the Super Bowl first.
And then, like, of course, he's not Super Bowl champion, would never strangle out his chef. But a person who loses the Super Bowl
Yeah.
probably did.
I can't wait for him to show up to court, and the judge has, like, a Seahawks hat on. Boy. Oh, we're going to throw the book at you.
You're going to throw the book. But yeah, so it's not a good week for Stephon Diggs. But you know what they say about him? Fuck him.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
That's 50 Cent would say fuck him.
So we're going to go step on the little closeout football here. The halftime show, that was really what do they say? Polarizing. Polarizing is the word we're looking for. With the American racists, they really got them all. We now have a number for how many racists there are in America, roughly around 6 million or so.
Yeah.
But the good part of it for the free world is that more people watch the Puppy Bowl than that. So there's more dog fans than there are racists. Racists hate minorities. Seemingly, they are the minority now,
Yeah.
being outnumbered by dog lovers.
Yeah. If I was a racist, I just would have a better hill to die on than the fucking halftime show. Like, is that really what you're going to fucking plant your feet in the ground? Like, this is unacceptable. Everything else was fine up until Bad Bunny had to sing Spanish at the goddamn Super Bowl.
And I didn't watch it because I'm not a racist, but I heard Kid Rock did a lot of lip singing, which I mean that happens at the Super Bowl too, but that's because there are 100,000 fans there, and there was roughly like I think 10,000 at the Kid Rock show. They could have perfectly heard him if he sang regularly.
Now, Kid Rock said he sang the music live, but it was pre-recorded.
Yeah, he sang it to the microphone live.
And then, so
who is he to blame for this?
So Kid Rock may just be a victim of his own fucking stupidity, where he doesn't know what being live means.
I think the results and the numbers speak for themselves. 135.4 million, which we would have won.
Yeah.
Remember we said more than 135 million would tune in.
Oh yeah.
We called it. The most watched Super Bowl halftime of all time. Kendrick Lamar's was the previous at 133 million last year. I like that show better, but I'm not saying that this was better. That's just my personal opinion. I'm a fan of Kendrick Lamar. I like Bad Bunny as well.
Yeah.
But I thought it was an entertaining show. And we're not saying that if you watched the show and didn't like it, that you're racist.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would.
Yeah.
A lot of people would.
I didn't like the music, but I thought the visuals were good. I thought
Yeah.
it was cool looking. They did that marriage thing. That was fun.
If we're just being 100% no jokes involved in it, I'm saying like I'm okay regardless if I liked it or not. They're allowed to have the platform for a year.
Yeah.
We've had the platform plenty of times. And honestly, he is a citizen, which is what the racists are saying. Paul McCartney has done the Super Bowl before. He's not a citizen.
Yeah.
A ton of white non-citizens have done the show before, and no one asked questions about those people. Just they're like, they're white, though.
Yeah, Shakira, Rihanna.
Jennifer Lopez, well, she's from Brooklyn. That was
She's Jenny from the block.
kind of racist for me to say she's not. I mean, there's plenty of, U2 has done the Super Bowl before.
Okay.
They're not citizens of the United States.
Hey, Ziggy. Is Bruno Mars Canadian?
Bruno Mars is American,
Oh.
not Canadian. He was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, United States.
Okay, that's pretty far out there.
Yeah, it's like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Hawaii was its own goddamn country a little while ago. So that's fine. That counts.
It counts. But yeah, so it's kind of really just we're ignorant people. You can tell we're ignorant. And in comment sections where they're getting offended for calling out racist, and they're like, but I'm not racist. I didn't say you were racist. You spoke up because you were offended because I called people racist, which outs yourself.
Yeah.
They're outing themselves in comment sections everywhere.
You are literally, legally, anything you want can say, I didn't like the Super Bowl. But when you say, I'm not racist, I just didn't like the Super Bowl, my first thought is,
You're probably racist.
Why would you have to say that?
Yeah, you didn't have to clear your chest. No one would assume that of you, but you had to. But, like I said, I don't know if the Super Bowl is going to be like, all right, we'll get the whites back one next year. Maybe we get Creed, finally. We get Creed because they're like, we had Kendrick Lamar, which not all whites would say was their cup of tea. Like I said, I liked it, but I'm a Kendrick fan. Not all whites would say that. Then we had Bad Bunny. Let's give him an Easter egg here and give him Creed. Creed would be so cool.
I'm actually imagining
He comes down with his wings again like that
The
Dallas Cowboys thing, the bald guy.
probably the second widest band, Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters would be cool.
Foo Fighters would be cool.
Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl is tearing it up. Did you see they reopened the case for
Oh, God.
Nirvana?
Oh, yeah.
Randomly, and people are like, "Oh, shocker! We knew he didn't fucking pull a shotgun on his own face. It was fucking arms like 10 foot long."
Yeah, and the suicide note was like saying he's quitting music or something. It was like to the fans. Wasn't even a suicide note.
Yeah. So that's crazy. That's re-entering fucking news circles. Is that maybe Kurt Cobain didn't kill himself? Huh? Now it's gonna be like maybe O.J. Simpson didn't kill his wife.
See, now's the perfect time to open up all these cases because you can just blame it all on P. Diddy and be fine with it.
Yeah. Maybe the NFL opens up and be like, maybe he did kill his wife O.J. Like, no shit. We all kind of knew that. Lastly, we'll talk about the NFL just to kind of close out the season. Super Bowl next year scheduled on Valentine's Day,
How sweet.
which is crazy because now all girls' Valentine's Day plans are just wiped. Like, honey, pregame starts at 11 for a game at 8 p.m. You think I'm going to fucking miss some of the pregame for the biggest game of the year? Go get yourself breakfast. It's on me.
But what that does do is put Monday, President's Day, so everyone's going to have the day off, or most people are going to have the day off.
Yeah, most people.
Yeah.
Most people. I'm not going to say what job I have, but they wouldn't do it. I don't want anyone attacking that company. Hertz rental car. But, maybe I won't be working there next year. Maybe this show blows up and y'all help me out.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be something? But we also, this will be a quick one. Zuffa Boxing has their first belt fight, championship fight, being March 9th at the Meta PC in Las Vegas. It's on a Monday.
Wow.
Zuffa Boxing's been doing Sunday and Monday cards. I guess to avoid being on the UFC night.
That makes sense.
So I don't know if they'll continue into football season next year because it'll be nighttime football. But it's going to be a 12-round fight by former WBC champion Obataya versus Glanton. It's a cruiserweight title fight. I still haven't seen the full outline of what weight classes that Zuffa Boxing is going to
Do you?
Yeah, because they said they're going to limit it to where it's not the 100,000 that WBC has.
Good.
But we've talked about it before with WBC and kind of being how dirty they are, that they charge like their champions taxes. The more weight, if you think about it, the more weight classes they had, that's more champions they could tax for the belts.
Oh,
So they were making so much more money off having 1,000 weight classes.
Probably exactly why they're doing it.
And to cut out weight classes, they'd be costing themselves money.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'm like, y'all are some dirty bitches, man. Y'all fucking weight classes every like 2 pounds.
That's bullshit. Speaking of which, that's exactly why former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson is starting his own invitational in Las Vegas here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I heard he's not too happy with the current state of boxing. I know he is friends with Dana White, so he probably is helping, assisting with Zuffa Boxing a little bit. He's a good friend of Dana, being both in Vegas. He's actually hosting the tournament in Vegas, you said, right?
Yep, March 12th through the 14th.
And is this going to be like any pro boxer can join, Tommy, or what is your idea of what
This is
supposed
gonna
to be?
This is supposed to be a top amateur invitational, so I don't know what qualifies an amateur. It's like so many fights.
I think it's 5 bouts. I don't know, because I thought when we were like back in the days when we would do Rough and Rowdy, it was like 5 fights and you got a pro card.
I'm not sure.
But I feel like I've heard some people's amateur record being like 20 fights.
Exactly.
So I don't know exactly what makes that difference.
Maybe it's like a sanction thing, how it counts.
Let's ask. Ziggy, what dignifies an amateur boxer to get a pro boxing card?
To get a pro boxing license, you need to be at least 18 years old, pass medical exams, and have amateur fight experience. You'll also need to apply through your state athletic commission and meet their specific requirements. Would you like to learn about famous boxers' careers and how
No.
they transition to pro?
No, stop.
How many fights does it take to have, or how many amateur fights does it take to get a pro boxing card? Is there a minimum?
There's no set minimum number of amateur fights required to get a pro boxing license. While about 20 amateur fights is generally recommended,
It's about
varies
20.
based on individual readiness and experience.
Okay. So I guess
Alright.
if you went out there and did like 10 quick knockouts first round, they'd probably consider you.
Yeah.
But if you were like 20 back and
You're,
forth.
you're 20, but you're like 5 and 10. Yeah, they're not going to give you one, which makes sense. But Mike Tyson is doing his part. I feel like in Vegas, you'd see a lot more amateur fights, like people get into the 2025. And then in states like us with NLC and stuff, I imagine they probably don't wait that long. Because you know how long it could take you to get 20 fights in West Virginia?
And that's actually what
You'd
Mike
be
Tyson...
retiring age.
That's what Mike Tyson was saying on some of his interviews. He's saying when he was up and coming, you could go like to the Ohio State Fair, do a fight, a couple days later travel to Colorado, do some more fights. There's not enough venues for up and coming fighters to have amateur experience and build up.
Which I know it's at the pro level, but Zuffa Boxing's goal is to where, you know, like a boxer fights right now, pro boxer fights maybe one fight a year. Because you have to get your name on a card and all this stuff. Zuffa Boxing is doing weekly fights. So you could fight every 3 months if you come out of one not that injured, like Dana will get you another fight.
Yeah.
And it's just like not that big of a deal because they do it at the Meta PC, a lot of them. They will have bigger cards, but the Meta PC, where it's like they don't have like a whole arena to sell out, mostly just friends, family, and then you get your, you know, your boxing match in.
That's the way it should be. I mean, start somewhere.
Yeah, and I think activity is what is going to make boxing better. It's hard to get a fandom when you might see 4 fights of a fighter in his prime in your whole life.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot to choose off of when you're like seeing him like, oh, I saw this guy fight 3 months ago. I'm going to tune in again. It's a lot cooler. It's like watching sports. Like you can see your team weekly.
Exactly. Imagine if you only got to watch the Commanders once a year.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be as many fans.
You just want to be a fan, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that activity is going to help them a lot with the boxing. Hopefully it changes the game. I know a lot of older boxers are gatekeeping a little bit, not loving it. Eddie Hearn has ran his mouth a little bit. Oscar De La Hoya hates Dana White, so he's always running his fucking mouth.
Damn.
But, you know, Oscar De La Hoya is a coke fiend, as Dana would say. I think he even called out, because one of, I don't know what brand De La Hoya promotion he runs. I think Golden Boy. I think it's Golden Boy Promotions. He was talking shit about Volk. He was like, Volk's their champion for blah, 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 probably the best of all time. And he don't make shit for money. And Dana was like, he made more for wearing the Venom fight gear to the ring than anyone on your card made for their whole fight. And he's like, that's just for his walkout wearing the Venom gear.
Yeah.
And so like Dana called him out on that. Like, obviously De La Hoya's a fucking retard. He took too many shots to the dome.
To be fair, that was what Venom paid Volk,
Yeah.
and not what Dana paid him.
Yeah.
Dana's piggybacking on off of other. To be fair, there's a lot of reasons to like Dana and not to like him. So stick to the facts. Don't just pull shit out your ass.
But I will say this too, like De La Hoya is so cringe. I wouldn't doubt if he announces a fight against Jake Paul in upcoming months. They're like, De La Hoya's returned to the ring against rising up and comer Jake Paul.
I just think the Pauls are done fighting now.
I think Logan is done. He's a WWE wrestler now. He's
Yeah.
going back and forth with Tom Brady a little
Yeah.
bit. If you've seen that,
Fucking idiots comparing his high school football career to NFL.
I thought that part was hilarious. I will say, I think, which Tom Brady's arguing a point that's different than just an athlete. I think he's arguing that he's not an athletic football player, which is different. I will say that. Logan is taking it the way Tom Brady is saying it, which he's saying he's not an athlete.
Oh.
And he kind of is like downplaying, like doing like the flips and stuff off the turnbuckles. He's like, oh, that's cute, gymnastics. Like, Tom, the way you're saying it, I know it's not how you're meaning it, but you're kind of saying gymnastics isn't a sport, and there's a lot of the world that would argue against you that those are very athletic people.
Yeah. I agree.
I think Tom Brady's just getting caught up in his own semantics here. Or I also kind of think it's fake.
Oh, it's definitely played up.
Yeah, like I've never seen Tom Brady respond to anyone on social media more than he has to Logan Paul in the past couple of days.
Yeah, exactly. It's all.
I'm almost thinking like, is Logan Paul on the opposite team as Tom? Like, are they trying to build up this like game that's going to happen?
Maybe Logan Paul's going to be an investor for the Broncos. Go against Tom Brady's Raiders.
Oh no, it's for this is all about that Saudi flag football game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what all this is upselling. That's why I'm like, is Logan on the other team or something? They're trying to sell like this rivalry that's building. Because like either way, I'm taking Tom Brady in the game of football.
Yeah.
And especially like in flag football where he don't have to really like run or anything. He just has to throw the ball.
Not have to worry about getting tackled. Absolutely, he's going to kill.
Yeah. Did you see? Was it Super Bowl week they did the celebrity flag football game? It wasn't Pro Bowl, was it? Cam Newton I thought did pretty bad.
I did see that. Yeah.
They blamed Benson Boone for that one because Cam overthrew him by 15 yards. They're like, he's not that athletic. He couldn't make it. Like, that was completely overthrown. Cam Newton's not doing that great. But, so yeah, Mike Tyson I think's doing his part, and that's what we all kind of wanted out of Mike. Is like, how do you pay it back to boxing a little bit? He has his like weed gummies company and stuff like that, and raps.
Honestly, after that Logan Paul fight or Jake Paul fight of his own, his legacy needs some fucking work.
Yeah, like probably shouldn't have did that. Jake Paul I know there were signed contracts and they'd already had to move it once. They probably should have scrapped the fight after the first fuck up because I think he really did fight. Even though he is 64 years old and outmatched in that way, I still don't think he was ready for a boxing match when they fought it and they were just like, we got to get this done.
Yeah.
So I thought Mike probably bit a bullet there and did it to contractually fulfill what was contractually obligated by him.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with what happened. We'll move on to the Winter Olympic Games that are happening right now. It seems our hockey team is wiping the floor with a lot of teams.
No kidding, men's and women's.
Yeah, it's like we were losing in the second period watching live odds, and they still said we were going to win by 2.5 points was the spread. And I was like, God damn, so you're telling us we're going to score 4 points and they're not going to score anything else? And that's what happened.
Yeah, they ended up winning 6-3.
Yeah, they covered. So yeah, it's weird. Way too good at hockey right now. And Canada, did you see they're coming out looking cool? Mm-hmm. But I think they're making themselves look cool by not using the nation's color. Because you don't think of Canada, their colors aren't red, white, and black. Yeah. There's little to any white on their uniform. It's just red and black. Like, you're just making yourself look cool. Like, the United States would look sick with, like, all black uniforms and just, like, a hint of white and red outlines. And, yeah, you're making yourself look cool, and you're a bunch of cheaters. And we'll talk about that right now. Canada curling has been not just accused of cheating. This isn't allegedly. We saw this on fucking camera film.
Yep.
Cheating. It's against the rules. We don't have to say allegedly here. We saw it. He pushed the stone with one little last fit. It didn't look like a lot, but in curling it is. There's a reason it's against the rules.
Yeah, absolutely. And worse than anything, when called out on it, he doubled down. I'm not cheating. Fuck you. Fuck off.
Which is honestly the most American thing I've ever seen a Canadian do ever in their existence. Pretty cool in that aspect. He's like, fuck you, I'm not cheating, like it wasn't a filmed event on international television.
Yeah.
Very obviously cheating, so fuck Canada.
You gotta watch Canada. Canada's the reason a lot of the Geneva Conventions and war were created. Canada used to do some fucked up shit.
For such pacifist country, there's some really bitches.
They are bitches. It's the French in them.
Yeah, it's just...
idiots. So yeah, now curling, they're going to have judges watching all the matches and verifying, which they should have had already.
Yeah, they were just like, who's curling? Who cares? No one even remembers the team who win. But I'm not happy with this medals race. Normally, we're dwarfing school. Like, in the Summer Olympics, we dwarf usually the other countries. We're winning by like 20 medals.
Yeah.
We were actually, I think last time it counted, we were in like third.
Still.
It's not great. As an American, I have way more pride in our country and how we should be doing it, and this isn't... Because with Canada in the mix at hockey, we're not guaranteed a gold in that.
Yeah.
With women's, we're killing everybody. We're absolutely murdering everybody in women's hockey.
Yeah, we just beat Italy 6-0 the other day.
Yeah, we're absolutely killing it. Go, ladies. But I'm not 100% speed skate. The American fucking figure skater blew it in the last run. The quad god, they call him. Literally the number one on FanDuel everything was like minus 1,000 to take first place. In his last run, completely blows it. Not great. Honestly, someone should have probably told him, like, you're in first place. Really, all you can do to fuck this up is to completely go out there and fall. Let's take it easy. Just take a decent score.
Yeah.
Nothing too risky where you can't fall. And we just take home the gold here. I don't think that's what happened.
Go around this ring.
Yeah, just skate, waving at people.
Like I do when I'm skating.
Yeah, just like on one of the walker things. But yeah, I think someone should probably relay that message to him. But this gold medal chase, let's go back to the point of it, is not what I'm hoping. Lindsey Vonn, we were hoping would get gold, was competitive up until she completely fucking wrecked in the last race.
And I'm tired of people saying, I saw a lot of people online, Lindsey Vonn shouldn't have been competing in this Olympics because of her injuries beforehand. She qualified for the Olympics. She was still our best option after an ACL tear.
Yeah.
That's what everyone forgets. We didn't have better options.
Yeah, she was in third up to that point, like
Yeah.
in the race. And then, she clipped the flag, which caused her to fall, which I don't think it was her ACL giving out. I think it was her clipping the flag, throwing her bounce, and then she tumbled.
Yeah.
Breaking her a complex tibia thing that's led to 3 surgeries already and more when she gets back to the United States. Her leg looks disgusting.
Yeah.
They have fucking traction in it with like rods and stuff coming out of it to hold it in place. I don't know how they flew her home because the swelling and stuff that had to have hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
Probably had her unconscious the whole flight home. Just like they were transporting a body back to the United States.
God, yeah. Oof.
She's done, her dad said. She was done regardless. She knew this was her last time. I think that's why she pushed it. She's 41.
Mm-hmm.
At the next one, she's going to be 45. She was already the oldest competing in there. I will say she looks good for her age. 41, she is a beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. Ukrainian Olympian in the skeleton downhill.
Yep.
Matsachev, something like that is his last name. It's a very Ukrainian name. Something Chev
Yeah.
or Czech has been removed from the games for his helmet he was wearing that honored 24 athletes that were killed in the attack so far on Ukraine. I don't agree with it.
Very stupid.
I don't agree with, especially with Russia not being in the games. I could see if there were Russian athletes there that could be offended, even though, or antagonize their fans.
Yeah, because the athletes would be like, well, I'm not fighting the war. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that either.
Yeah, but if they're not there, not allowed to participate, I think it's completely fine. It's not like he was saying like fuck. It didn't say fuck Russia on his helmet, which I would have thought would have been fine.
Yeah.
if that's what they're doing to your country, but they thought it was, I guess, like a abrasive maybe.
Yeah. So tell me, if I had like my dead mom on my side of my helmet, they'd say no to that too? Because it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if your grandma was killed or mom was killed by Russians, they could be like, I don't know. That's pretty. Was they Russian? Was they just a white guy? He was wearing a coat.
He sounded more Armenian, actually.
It could have been anybody. He was wearing a ski mask, like the guy who stole Natalie Guthrie's mom.
Yeah, that's fucked up too.
That's fucked up. I think she did it though. I think the sister did it, or the step brother that's in a band. They said could have did it.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of things out there that circulate that they think it's like. They also think it might be the government trying to cover up the Epstein stuff.
I saw that too.
Yeah. A lot of rumors out there.
A lot of rumors.
I think regardless, if she is really kidnapped, I think she might be dead.
She's probably dead.
Because they promised the money to them by last Sunday, $5 million, and I don't know that they were ever paid. And now they said they haven't heard from the people. They just stopped communication.
I heard there was a bunch of like fake ransom stuff too. People like wanting Bitcoin and shit too.
Yeah, for
information,
things like that, which doesn't make a lot of sense because the one that demanded 60,000 USD in Bitcoin, and there's automatically it's 50,000 if you give up any information anyway. That's just what the thing is.
Oh yeah.
So you were arguing over $10,000. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
No kidding.
But with the Olympics, like I said, medal race isn't where we want it to be. We talked about Ukrainian Lindsey Vonn, Canadian cheaters. Is there anything else about the Olympics that we want to talk about? Snoop Dogg's there.
Snoop Dogg's there having a hell of a time.
I heard Flavor Flav showed up for the curling finale the other day.
Oh, that's cool. Flavor Flav actually supports the U.S. women's water polo team.
Yeah, I saw that. He was like their captain or something.
Yeah, he like pays for all their shit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Flavor Flav in the mix.
I saw Sarah Spain, the ESPN reporter, had some heated words for J.D. Vance at the Olympics as they sat next to each other. She said he like smelled like ass and was like a dick the whole time. It's not really much news, but it's funny.
Yeah, just being an asshole. Which is he banging Erica Kirk? The world may never know.
But the world's pretty concerned.
Yeah, the world's pretty concerned.
But he's got that kid coming now.
I know. He's got a hot Indian wife, which I would kill for a hot Indian wife. Isn't she Indian?
Yeah.
She's Indian, yeah. Lucky bastard. Now he just gets to beg some guy's wife or husband's dead.
Yeah.
God. I heard he didn't even go to the Turning Point show.
Nope.
That's the main thing about this. You raised all this shit about it, told him it was a good idea to have it, and you couldn't go.
Trump didn't even watch it, let alone go.
Yeah, I bet he's at the Super Bowl fucking having a great time.
No, I saw a video. He was at like the Mar-a-Lago or some fancy dinner party, and they had it up on this big screen because it showed him watching the halftime show.
The Turning Point one?
No, the Bad Bunny. He's like sitting there eating dinner and like talking to people like, what's up there?
I think something we else didn't mention about that when we were just speaking about that. The Republicans having to be like, we're carefully going through his lyrics. The lyrics are already translated on the internet. You don't have to carefully go through anything. And yeah, he doesn't have songs about raping white women.
No.
He has songs about having sex. A lot of his songs are very, raunchy about having sex and It never doesn't say it's not up against the girl's will or that they're white. But this is stupid that they have to they act like they're researching this. It'd take you 10 minutes to realize that that's not what they said.
Yeah.
And some people just believe anything they read on the internet. This is what I was telling my grandma. I think they took God out of the internet. There ain't nothing on there that God approves of. Just all fake news and mess.
That's true. And some good old porn.
Good old porn.
Speaking of porn or immoral relations outside of marriage, did you see, what's her name? Jordan Hudson was wearing the Asian massage parlor sweatshirt with Belichick out and about.
Oh, yeah. Making a statement for her, I don't know if they're engaged, boyfriend. We're just going to call him boyfriend right now.
Yeah.
Didn't get into the Hall of Fame, so she's taking it out on Robert Kraft a little bit. It is the massage parlor that he was accused and had to go to court of paying for soliciting prostitution. Pretty crazy. If that massage parlor did not get shut down during that whole Sting thing, they are killing it in business right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge marketing thing for them, for Jordan Hudson to be, putting their brand all over her.
Do you think they treat it like a deli and they have the signed headshots of the famous people that come in and get jerked off? Like Robert Kraft's up there and all the...
Number one customer. Customer of the month if you just really gets him in trouble.
Did Robert Kraft really get jerked off here?
Multiple times. He should have just pulled a Biden thing, where am I? I thought this was for ice cream. What is going on here?
I came in for a double scoop of mint chocolate chip and some lady pulled my pants down.
It's with my balls. Oh. They didn't even say that Donald Trump had a punch card there. Because I think it was in Mar-a-Lago somewhere, near there. It was in Florida.
It was.
It was in Florida. They should have seen who else had rewards cards. I think that's a red flag right there for massage parlor.
Now Robert Kraft's in the fucking Epstein files. Ooh.
It might not be our spot to talk about it. Well, there are sports names in there, but just crazy. It's just, all that stuff's just wild.
It is.
And the Pam Bondi. She might be the craziest girl that I ever thought was mildly attractive. She just says some stupid things oh, look at, we're not going to, if we charge all these people, look how the fucking stock market is doing. Something she has nothing to do with at all.
Yeah.
She's like, if we bring up all this stuff, it's going to cost us the stock market. Yeah, because those people are all child diddlers.
I remember when we just didn't defend it. I remember it used to be a big deal if someone was accused of diddling kids.
Yeah, now it's just oh no, he's a world leader. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
That one guy, I can't remember what his name is. I think he's pretty high ranking in the military, or not military, but in Trump's cabinet. He was they had to go to a trial for it. And they were like, is it true you went to his island? Yeah, I had my whole family with me, though. That. So you think that defends it? You took your children to a child diddler?
Well, let's add an extra layer of complexity to it. Pam Bondi, Attorney General, right? She was Trump's second choice. Trump's first choice was Matt Gaetz.
Matt Gaetz.
You remember why he had to drop out?
Yeah.
He was having sex with a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And then who did he pick second? Pam Bondi, who was the Attorney General in Florida during the Epstein stuff. It all just fucking connects. It's too much.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff being covered up here, and I'm almost on the very radical belief of let's get everyone out and just reelect everybody again. But It's so weird that I think even in any market in the United States, that in politics right now, we're getting pretty political here, that I don't think, and I think we should do this way, is you should represent the people that you're there. You should probably look at them and be okay, he is a representative of that county or whatever.
That's how it should be, yeah.
Yeah, instead of just old white guy who's 90 years old who doesn't even share the same beliefs as his county. How did they even get elected? It makes me almost think votes are weird again, but that's just the thing. There's a conspiracy theory type thing, but why are we choosing these people that don't represent our communities?
Oh, exactly.
And half of them aren't even from the communities. They're not even from the state. They're just I came here to win a political election.
The entire idea that lobbying is legal is insane. You're allowed to go to Congress, spend money to kind of convince people to vote your way. That's fucking retarded. The idea that's stupid.
Yeah, it's become just a greed fest in politics, and I think that's our whole issue here.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of the whole fucking thing. I agree. Honestly, scrap the Constitution, start a new one.
Yeah, because it's just crazy. I don't think there's one governor, because now we're starting to see these younger people reach out. They're I'm actually gonna be the word of the community. They never win.
No,
they never win. I mean, there's that one that's Tennessee that's a 32-year-old, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But I think he was arrested once because he went to some protest or something.
Madison Crawford, I think was his name, was in North Carolina. He was the wheelchair representative. He was young, up and coming, but then he started having...
Couldn't get into the courthouse because they took out wheelchair ramps.
Well, they posted a video of he was anti-gay and all this stuff, and then a video of him having sex with a guy came out, and they quit voting for him.
That's crazy. But yeah, I think politics is insane anymore.
I fucking hate politics. I hate every politician, pretty much.
It's all a fucking racket. It sucks. That's why we have sports to distract us, and the government knows that.
Yeah.
It's just hey, okay, Super Bowl's coming up. We can get away with some shit this time of the year. Super Bowl's coming up. That's all they're focused on.
If they dropped a nuke on Super Bowl Sunday, I wouldn't know about it until Wednesday.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about it until well after the Super Bowl parade is concluded. There was a bare knuckle fighting event in Philadelphia, not too far from us. I believe there's a people they call themselves PFL.
Oh,
Professional Fighters League is kind of like UFC. Is going to have one in Pittsburgh coming up too, in I think March or April.
that's cool.
It's going to be like one of their pay-per-view cards or something. I think it's
yeah.
on ESPN pay-per-view. But that's for close. People are close. So that's something to go to.
Yeah.
Also, our friend of the program affiliation, NLC, is having a card in Lexington coming up where a 54-year-old fighter is fighting.
Damn.
It's kind of like, I think, like a shtick thing, but like apparently some guy's been training like people in mixed martial arts and used to have a career somewhat of his own.
Yeah.
And he's going to make his return fight at 54 years old.
Let's see it.
Yeah, so, but Shane Gillis at this bare knuckle fighting walked out a fighter, Pat Brady, for his final fight. Mm-hmm. He was even wearing an ad pretty much for Shane Gillis' next show in Philly.
Yep.
Pretty cool to see Shane and them kind of draw some excitement for bare knuckle fighting. That shit is, I think it's more wild than anything.
Yeah.
Like, they really just have taped fists. Like, I think you can kind of choose to the amount of like how much tape you want on. Like whether for your protection of your own hands or if you want to cause more damage or whatever.
Nice.
There's not really much regulation on that. I know you can't go bare, but that shit's fucking wild. And they claim it's better for your brain than boxing because boxing you take more subconcussive hits, like the light hits, but you take hundreds of them. Where bare knuckle, you're gonna get knocked out eventually if you keep eating them like that. Like so, you're quicker out and don't take as much little abuse that accumulates to more in the end.
I wouldn't know any. You'd have to ask a brain doctor about that.
Splitting hairs. But Kareem Hunt also walked out his cousin Lorenzo Hunt, dressed as the Juggernaut.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Which is pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure they didn't even share. Like I think it was until after that they're like, that was Kareem Hunt in that costume because he didn't like take it off. Yeah. Even I think if he did take it off, people wouldn't be like, is that Kareem Hunt? The backup running back for the Chiefs. Former Super Bowl champion. Former's
doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's, making sports cool I think is always important.
Yeah.
Making sports fun, interesting, keeping it interesting. It's what we want.
Yeah, because Shane has a new movie coming out. He was also promoting. He's going to be in that Madden.
Yeah, he's in the new Madden movie, which I can't wait for. Nicolas Cage is playing John Madden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And, Batman, Christian Bale, is playing the owner of the Raiders, Al Davis.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's the makings of being a great movie.
They're putting money into this thing.
Oh yeah, it's an Amazon movie too, I'm pretty sure, but it's going to go to theaters, but it's an Amazon film.
Cool.
It's crazy that the streaming services have like actual like film
Netflix is
studios now. Like Apple movies has like movies with like Tom Hanks in them and like Chris Evans, like major stars going to these studios. Like Seth Rogen has a deal with Apple right now where I think all his movies have to come out through them pretty much.
Yeah, Pamela Anderson was pissed because she had to sit next to Seth Rogen at the Oscars, and he made that Tommy Lee Jones documentary movie thing about her.
Oh yeah.
And she was pissed.
That show was weird.
Didn't watch it, but I heard it was weird.
It was weird. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like how that sex tape got out. It's like somebody that was like doing repairs on their house.
Oh really?
Yeah, like released their sex tape and stuff on the internet and like sold it.
Damn.
Back in the day when you could like sell it on the internet to get people to buy it, and not people just not pirate it. It's pretty crazy. And I think it was like had like magazine ads or something to like tell people like how to get it. They would send it to their house or something.
Yikes.
That's crazy because I think Kim Kardashian has put it on the internet.
Yeah, Ray J.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian's mom did it. She's on that.
Oh yeah, that's how. Smart move I guess because they blew up right after that. I didn't know who Kim was before that. No. I would have had no idea that she was O.J. Simpson's godchild.
Yeah.
Never.
Random.
This is a random fact. But I think that's honestly that might be all.
Not mine. We've been going for about an hour.
Oh no.
Nope.
Something not to forget here. Duke, synonymous with lying bitches. So what I'm speaking of here is there was another court storming incident involving the Duke Blue Devils basketball team, the biggest pussies of all time possibly, but killing it at the NBA level. Con Knapple's killing it for the Hornets, and Cooper Flagg killing it for the Mavericks. How did they not win a national championship last year? God knows. But John Shire said that 2 of his coaches on his coaching staff were punched in the face during the latest court storming against UNC because they were mad that they lost.
Yep.
When tape is reviewed, no one on the coaching staff was punched
Untouched.
during the court storming, which is reminiscent of last year when I think wasn't it UNC again that court stormed them?
Yeah.
And they said that their best player, one of their best players, Kyle Filipowski, was trampled and injured and had to be carried to the back by trainers. And the next day, he's literally posting Instagram videos of him dunking, uninjured at all, which was a big ordeal. It's happening again. Duke, you You have a good program. You have a good team. Why do you do embarrassing shit like this?
Oh, they hate being upshown by fucking UNC, especially when they're ranked higher.
What's weird is, like, if you hate being overshown so much, why do you make yourself look so much worse after it?
Oh, I know. God,
For being just, like, doing lying bitch things. Like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. People want to like you. Like, you're a good program. You will have fans. You sell out your stadium every time you play UNC for out, like, almost like football championship numbers on tickets.
Yeah.
Like, thousands of dollars to go see these games because they're so, like,
Hype.
yeah, hype. And then you do shit like this. You could have so much more fans. You could be like you pretty much are a national brand in college basketball.
Yeah.
With all the shit that Coach K did and things like that. And then you do shit like this that just, I feel like, puts a damper on it. I don't want to hate you. I mean, you're not the Notre Dame of college basketball for me. Notre Dame is. I want to like you, and then you just do this bitch shit that no one can like.
Yeah, you're not going to root for people that do this.
Yeah, it's just like,
awful.
you look like whiny bitches. Like, you're like, please feel sorry for us. Like, you're Duke fucking basketball. No one's going to feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. And it's just one of those things that there's no, like, arguing for them on why this is right. Like, anyone that's trying to get court storming done is stupid. Like, the greatest football games end in field storms.
Yeah.
Like, it's exciting for the fans. I got to do one at Marshall when we won a conference championship.
Yeah.
Like, it's exciting, something you never forget as a fan. And honestly, yeah, some people ruin it for everything by doing, like, violent shit during it and, like, trying to, like, get pictures with players and stuff by, like, grabbing them and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
people are stupid. There's always those people that ruin it for everybody, but the general, like, 90% of them are having the best time of their lives and becoming fans for life, because that's something they'll never forget, and will chase to relive their whole lives.
Chase that high.
Yeah, chase that high. We still haven't done it at Marshall since then. We took down the field goal post that time. Like, that was a crazy time.
No kidding. They cut it up and everything.
Our brother Dwayne made like $400 for a piece of the
Yeah, selling the thing.
yeah, and then went back in line and got another piece, which is crazy. See, it's an entrepreneurial taking there. Even you can make some money.
Yeah.
And you never forget it. And, you know, we'll never forget this. Fuck Duke.
Fuck Duke.
You had a chance of being the, you know.
I'll also probably take them to win the national championship. But still.
But I don't know who else. I feel like college basketball is really up in the air this year. Like, Miami of Ohio is undefeated, weirdly.
Arizona just lost.
But, you know, I think one of Miami of Ohio's biggest wins of the year was beating Marshall at home.
Yeah.
Like, to be the only undefeated team in college basketball and still be only ranked 20th in the country is crazy.
Yeah.
I know Kansas isn't doing as great as normal this year. I really don't know who that, like, shining star is this year. I think UConn's doing all right.
WVU just beat UCF last night.
I feel like they've taken some losses recently too, though, that I'm
Yeah.
just like, don't make sense.
Well,
And
UCF wasn't even ranked.
like they have such a potentially good squad, but I know it's a first year, I think, head coach. And what was Ross Hodge?
Yeah.
Boss Hodge.
Boss Hodge.
Boss Hodge. Ooh, them Duke boys. He's going to take out Kentucky.
Still very much
Calling it now. WVU is going to just set fire to the Kentucky program.
God, I hope so.
That would be sick.
Fuck UK.
But we're going to move on to, let's move on to What's Up West Virginia. We're going to hit that right now, right next.
Yeah.
And you're not going to want to miss it, guys.
Yeah.
What's up, West Virginia?
What is up, West Virginia? We have some things to cover, not a multitude of things. We're not in full swing football yet. The spring games are not happening because everything's frozen.
Exactly.
But
speaking of swing, let's start off with some baseball.
baseball has started. Marshall is 2-1.
Yeah.
And Mountaineers are always a perennial contender in baseball. We really like baseball here. Hell, even our high school has probably won more baseball championships than anyone else in the country or in the state. Because I think there was a year I think we won like 3. Softball we won like 4 in a row.
I think it was like 5 actually.
We loved the 4-base sports at Herbert Hoover High School
Absolutely.
because our football team was always so bad. But now our football team is good. I hope the baseball end is holding its weight.
No kidding. But right now, WVU 3-0 just swept Georgia State or Georgia Southern actually.
In the South, claims they love baseball.
Not loving it right now, are they?
Not loving it right now.
Big dumb fucking idiots.
West Virginia is going to show out. It's what we expect basically at this point.
Yeah, WVU last year I think was the semifinals, the Final Four of baseball, and lost out. I think to UNC, was it?
Yeah, and I mean, kind of going back to giving Hoover our props to baseball since we're on the subject.
Yeah.
We've had like 3 prospects from Hoover. Grant Buckner went.
Yeah.
Corey Bird, and then there was another one.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think there was another one before Grant, maybe.
Oh, then I wouldn't know.
But yeah, I mean,
Grant was on White Sox
putting
for a
people in
second.
the MLB system. Yeah, I think Grant actually may even played some real innings with the White Sox. Sells insurance now in North Carolina, I believe. State Farm.
He's licensed. I just saw it on Facebook. He's licensed in West Virginia, Pittsburgh, Ohio, Virginia, and maybe North Carolina. He's 5 states now.
Oh,
It's
hell
like,
yeah.
It's like a big fucking operation.
He's a big deal.
Yeah.
That baseball career propelled him from that Hoover baseball career.
I think State Farm actually says former athletes encouraged to apply for this job because they know it sells so much easier.
Yeah, you can sell it if you're known a little bit. Grant played at West Virginia and Corey Bird at Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Both made it into the MLB system. Corey almost got called up. Was 1 game away.
And he was actually
He called up and then they were,
I say he was on the Marlins for like an afternoon,
Yeah.
an hour.
which feel bad for the guy because they put it on the news here.
Oh, I
hyped
know.
everybody up, and that's never fun for someone. It's supposed to be an exciting moment for your life. But switching from the 4-base sport, we are going to basketball.
Yeah. With 0 bases.
0 bases. But West Virginia, the women are holding it down for the state of West Virginia right now.
No kidding.
Holding it down for the fucking underground. Marshall's team is, I think, like 22-6. I think's the record.
Very good. I can look
They
that
are,
up.
yeah, they're 3rd in the Sun Belt, but it's just literally by 1 more, I think, in-conference loss than the other ones. We played more games, have a better record than the other ones. I think it's Julie Foltz is the coach. Doing a hell of a job.
22-6.
22-6. I knew it.
Massive.
She's doing a great job, Julie. A lot of people were, like I said, when Kim left, kind of like being a one and done from West Virginia was kind of like a letdown, especially her going to Tennessee after.
Yeah.
And you really think, like, does the progress that she made for us in that 1 year, does it go into the next year and build off of that, or do we see a slope because she was so quickly to leave?
Absolutely. You always wonder, is Marshall now just destined to be that journeyman school
Yeah.
where you stop on your way to an SEC or ACC school? But Marshall, 22-6, has the best record right now in women's Sun Belt. They're number 3 under Troy and Georgia Southern. But overall, Georgia Southern, number 1, 19-6, and Troy, 21-5, which is exactly the same.
Yeah.
But they're better in conference, so that's where they're.
Yeah, just a little bit better in conference. Julie's doing a hell of a job. We're going to keep that momentum going.
No kidding.
Hopefully they make the dance again. That would be really cool.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be sweet. They will be contenders in the Sun Belt tournament, is for sure.
Oh, without doubt.
The men's is doing, to be honest,
Their
the,
best?
the ranking isn't the best, but it's there's a lot of very competitive teams that are known for making tournament runs
Yeah.
in the Big 12. I think arguably not a clear-cut winner, and you're never going to win this debate with a clear cut because each conference is going to defend their own. Big 12 is one of the best basketball conferences there is in the college landscape. I mean, SEC is good. They're perennial contenders. ACC is good. But Big 12 has people who've been to the Final Four like Kansas, who've won it all Kansas.
Yep. Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Iowa, Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. Arizona is one of the top candidates for winning it this year.
Yeah.
So they got some really tough competition there. Like every 6 that's above them in the rankings are a contender for winning it all.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing for the Big 12. It's a good thing for WVU to be subject to that kind of competition. And really their record's not that bad at all.
No.
It's definitely a winning record, well above 500. Not debatable. Doing not bad for having to go through another coaching change.
Yeah.
Again,
16-9.
no really continuity since Bob Huggins has left.
Exactly. What do you do as a franchise? Not even in college basketball, in any sport, you have this staple of a coach who's a linchpin of the organization. I mean, he took kids to Thanksgiving dinner at his house. He recruited kids personally. Very much a Morgantown figure.
Yeah.
And now he was uprooted. He had to leave abruptly. He didn't get that transition phase. We brought in a new coach, kind of trained him.
Yeah.
They told him, get the fuck out, take your beer with you.
Yeah, had no idea who's going to be that next guy. The next guy does all right, but gets drawn. I think, didn't he take Kentucky's job?
Something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
Western Kentucky.
No, I think he got like an upgrade.
Oh, it might have been UK then.
But yeah, got the job he wanted to have. Left us after a year, and like I said, not really doing as good. They didn't make the tournament, but that was very controversial on why. They probably should have got a chance.
Can we put up right here the Morrissey National Corrupt Athletic Association picture?
This fatso. Fuck you, fatso. But yeah, it was controversial, but we fall shorter than what we expect. He's out. We have to go again into a new head coach, Boss Hodge, as we call him, the boss. And he's doing all right. To be honest, like I said, we're 7th. It could be 6 spots better. That's just on actual numbers, but he's doing well.
Yeah. Hey, they've had some big wins no one's expecting them to have. Sure, they have those losses they shouldn't have, but that's every fucking sport.
Yeah, and hopefully we get that nod to go into the dance this year because, Bubba Cunningham's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit.
I usually say you can never trust anyone named Bubba. You just can't.
No.
But while we're on WVU basketball, shout out Javon Carter, who just signed with the
yeah.
Orlando Magic this week.
Good job, Javon. Yay.
Javon, he played some years with the Milwaukee Bucks as well. He's not a bad little player, especially coming off the bench.
No.
And he's holding it down for WVU. So would you love that? We're going to go ahead and go on to Marshall basketball men's. We didn't talk about them. They are 4th in the Sun Belt, which sounds a lot better. I think the record has left a lot to be desired. They actually just came off of getting their asses whooped last night by Georgia Southern, which I think may be the best in the Sun Belt.
No, Georgia Southern is a few below us.
Oh, that's not good. Not good. You don't like to see that. They have their spots. I still feel like we're live and die by the 3 a little bit. They actually broke the 3 record this season for most threes in a game.
Yeah, overall, they're doing slightly above average, and that's great for Marshall because that's just where we need to operate. We can't be going backwards.
Yeah.
I think this is a steady improvement over last year, which wasn't very good. But yeah, 4th in the Sun Belt below South Alabama and App State isn't anything. I mean, we're still heavy above Texas State, Coastal, Arizona State, and we've had some big wins. I mean, we beat Southern Miss. Fuck Southern Miss. That's huge.
Yeah. Hope that one season with Charles Huff was worth it, bitches.
Yeah.
And Brett Favre went to Southern Miss. That piece of shit who stole all that money from all the
Poor people.
poor people.
No ranked wins, unfortunately. Lost against Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
Gross.
Who's undefeated. But
24-0, damn.
I mean, we'll try not to be too critical. 4th in the Sun Belt is not bad to be, a bad spot to be, especially when we go into the tournament. It'd be a decent seed. Hopefully they make a run, and we would love to win it all. Who wouldn't? But that would get us a spot in the dance.
Absolutely. And once you're in the dance, anything can happen.
Until they put up the 2 West Virginia schools, because they can't have us be double happy.
God.
They'll put them against each other, so we lose one of them
Every time.
every time, and it's usually Marshall. But maybe this year, if it
Yeah.
happens,
They don't put Duke and UNC, who are in the same fucking state, just a few miles apart from each other.
they save them for later.
Yeah, they're in the completely different sides of the goddamn bracket.
I think the ratings would kill for a WVU Marshall game in the final and the lead 18 or lead 8.
I agree.
I think it'd be fucking just crazy. It'd be a hell of a competitive game. May see a fist fight. But that's all we have for What's Up West Virginia, as it is kind of the down season for us right now.
Yeah, not
Everything's
like
been frozen here for a couple. Trees explode now.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have fucking known that trees just explode if it gets so cold? There's been the solid sheet of ice on my driveway for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
That's not went away.
Tractor trailers are just falling off bridges left and right. It's nuts.
Stay safe out there in West Virginia.
And that's what's up.
And that's what's up.
Yeah.
Listen, hear me out.
All right, guys, we are coming to you with Hear Me Out, a different iteration of the same segment. This segment comes in many forms.
Absolutely.
Many ways to serve this dish up.
Like herpes.
There's herpes simplex A. I think there's a B and a C.
There's some for your mouth. There's some for your buttholes. Some for your
genitals. Yeah, genitals.
Terrible.
So Hear Me Out at a different. Here's Hear Me Out Volume C. Hear Me HMOC. So that kind of sounds like an STD.
Hear us out on this one.
Yeah, hear us out. We're going to throw a topic up there that we think is a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
And, we may not agree on it. We may agree on it. And we might just throw out some ideas how to, maybe spice up certain things. Today's topic is Game 7s that are sports championships, deciding sports championships like a baseball or basketball.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make this, seemingly rare occurrence? It doesn't have to happen, and not always it does happen. But when these events arise, how can we make a bigger spectacle out of it? And I think, in some ways, we may say like a fairer spectacle out of the deciding event of the championship. It's basically their Super Bowl because it's a one-game decider instead of the whole series where you have to make it there.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Game 7, some ideas we have to maybe make this the biggest or as big a sporting event as like the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. So, first thing, number one, a brand new neutral city. I think if you play the first 6 games, 3 in one city, 3 in the other, Game 7 should be a completely neutral area. Both teams have never played here, and honestly, what I think would be cool, if they built a few stadiums that were only ever used for the championship games, championship city, if you would. Where, you don't play in this city or this court unless it's Game 7, or this baseball field, same thing.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. It makes it obviously more fair, but it also kind of heightens it. Like, you're breaking out the good china for the best of the best. This is how you increase excitement. Like, we don't see this unless it happens here, so it adds more uniqueness and that rarity.
I think other ways that this benefits the rules and I guess the gameplay you see. So some people would argue we want Game 7 to be in our country or in our city. So if we win it at home with our fans.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you incentive then probably to win 3 of your 4 games early.
Yeah.
So that could happen for you, which would be a total thing. It also, I think, there shouldn't be like a Game 7 advantage. I think that would be with the more neutral court. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 3 at home, so the one team still makes their money for making it to the finals on tickets, home tickets. The other team gets 3 games as well.
Only fair.
Yeah, and then maybe if it is a money thing, somehow they divvy up the money between the neutral site, box office, and things like that.
Yeah.
But NBA would probably stuff their pockets with that because that's just what any other company would do. The NFL does with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think that makes it more fair for a Game 7. And it's still, if you want to end it early, you can end the series early and have one for your home team or for your home crowd. So it gives them incentive to play harder throughout the whole series to hopefully do that. Hopefully you have your teams that are competitive enough to make Game 7s. But it's not promised either. So I think we should make a bigger spectacle because you're not always guaranteed a Game 7.
Yeah.
I think there are some deterrents. We'll talk that too, just any holes that we see for it. And that would be that people would feel that like the NBA is writing the script that it always has to go to a Game 7 because that would be the potential another game, a bigger viewership possibly because it's the Game 7. I think Game 7s are always going to inherently have that boost though of being like, well, yeah, even if it was the way it is now, it's more of a rare event. The viewership's going to be burst in that way. So if the NBA was doing it, they would already be doing that.
Yeah.
This wouldn't make them do it more.
I agree. There's no real extra incentive besides the cool factor.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It also gives you a chance. I think if you are building new facilities, you can increase the stadium size. If this is only used for Game 7s, you're going to make it massive.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your normal court. You have to also have sometimes an AC/DC cover band come in and play on Tuesdays. This can be anything. It only is one prime objective.
Also, but you have, which this would be pretty crazy and be pretty extravagant, and I think you'd have to be a true basketball fan to pack out the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many closed roof stadiums now
Yeah.
to do a basketball game in a stadium.
Yeah.
Like the championship. And like maybe have like a halftime show like the NFL does.
Yeah, there's no reason they can't.
And make it an event. But also something else I was thinking about, changing it, a positive change to it, is if you hit a Game 7, have it be like a week away.
Definitely.
So that way you can have events around the city that you're doing for the, to hype it up, like media days and stuff like that, to hype it up. But also the teams have a week to prepare for this Game 7. So you know that even if someone maybe is mildly injured, they may be back in a week for this to get the best and most competitive game you want out of a Game 7.
I agree. After 6 competitive games, almost just a few days apart, they're already exhausted. You're not getting the best performance out of them. And I get that's kind of the championship. You're testing how good are they really, the longevity. But wouldn't you rather see their
The best game?
Yeah, I think so. I don't want to see everyone play left-handed just because it's different. Just because it's different doesn't mean it needs to be that way.
Yeah. We want the best game of basketball on television. Last thing we want is kind of like I feel like the Indiana Pacers one last year was because Tyrese Haliburton went down in the first quarter of the Game 7.
Oh, right.
Then after that, kind of it was just the Thunder's game, the rest of the game. Maybe if he's more rested, tearing your Achilles is good, rough anyway, but maybe a little bit more rest, maybe he would have been more ready body-wise to warmed up and stuff. That wouldn't have happened, but also you just kind of, the rest of the team would have been more prepared too. So I think there's a lot of ways that can go. I think the changes we were putting out there is some pretty good changes. Do we have anything else? I mean, like I said, maybe like a halftime show that gives them more viewership that way too. But this also, we're talking baseball too. So this doesn't just happen here. We can also, how do we put a baseball Game 7 in the biggest spectacle?
Or
the guys
hockey.
Hockey. I didn't even think about Game 7. Hockey, you could even do like a stadium series, Game 7.
Stadium series would be awesome.
For Game 7.
Where they do the Super Bowl too, yeah.
Yeah, and just like have like a halftime show too, like where,
Disney on Ice.
Yeah. Just like, you can play it up in all the other sports have Game 7s. So this is something that could be applied across the board. I think in hockey they'd be more prepared. Also, we hear the stories about like how beat the fuck up they are. Like, you got people playing with like broken ribs and shit.
Yeah.
Give them a week to get at least a little better. You're not going to heal a broken rib, but they'll feel a little bit better in a week. Especially with just some of the shit that they have to like play through for hockey.
And honestly, flip side of that, we see all the times as players are like, I was injured and I knew I just had one more game, so I pushed myself.
Yeah.
Having a week to suffer and stay with a broken rib, they're just not going to do it. You're going to have people put in replacements, give them time to practice and stuff, so you're not forcing guys to go out there with a broken rib or something and not playing their best.
Yeah.
And then making goddamn excuses like the Patriots did after the Super Bowl. I knew I was injured, but I wanted to keep playing.
Yeah, that's just bullshit. And Pats will have excuses for every time they lose. They actually are the most losses in Super Bowl history.
6.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy in itself.
They've lost more Super Bowls than the Panthers have been to.
I think same with the Redskins, Commanders. But yeah, so like we said, it's applied across the board. That all those games, I think, in the same way, you don't have to really change how it's applied. It just makes a bigger spectacle out of it. I think a better fan experience around the championship game. I think there's a lot of positives there. Little negatives, like I said, people would say they're forcing the narrative that there would be a Game 7. They already had it booked, blah, blah, blah.
Season ticket holders were bitch because they won't get the advantage of getting first dibs on tickets and
Yeah.
stuff. It'll be a neutral city, so anyone can get it.
I mean,
which will be a scalper.
Yeah. Or maybe put in like a thing like each team gets so many tickets to offer to their season ticket holders. Cause,
Here's another thing. You probably won't have to deal with blackout networks and shit.
yeah, that too. And like I said, just any way you can build up the spectacle of sports and get more people excited about it. Really, any sports. We don't play favorites here. We love football, but we
Yeah.
love basketball, hockey, baseball. I watch golf when I'm bored on football's over.
I'll say Daytona 500 is going on right now.
Daytona 500 is always a Talladega.
Yeah.
Just any way you can build up sports, I'm always for it. And I think this is one of those ideas we should maybe pass on to a higher up, blah, blah, blah. They can reach out to us. We give them more ideas because we're very creative people. Maybe even do a Nickelodeon game for the NHL.
Yeah.
Where like SpongeBob's interviewing the goalie in between.
Oh, it's funny. They cut to like the guys when they're fighting. It's like Krabs and Squidward. Just, oh God!
Oh God! Oh, here comes SpongeBob down the ice. Oh God, he got flattened. Oh,
That would be
he
funny.
does know.
He's like against the barrier, all flat.
But yeah, Game 7s, we think there's room for improvement to build on. And if you have any changes that we didn't mention to that kind of Game 7 structure to add spectacle to it, put it in the comment section down below or, shoot us a DM and then we'll share it with the masses because we got to. That's why we're asking you to do it.
Yeah.
That's why we're asking you to do the whole thing. But yeah, let us know. And we are going to move on to PDSNN,
Yeah.
Parlay Sports News Network.
Thank you for hearing us out.
IMG Academy has been fined for accepting money from a drug cartel. In an attempt to stay competitive, Notre Dame University has reached out to the clientele on the Epstein list for prospective donors. Because as the old saying goes, birds of a feather molest together.
And in news you're tired of hearing about, Logan Paul faces additional online bullying after an online clip has gone viral showing him comparing his athletic ability to that of Tom Brady's and other NFL players. Logan, of course, hasn't competed in a sporting event he didn't already know the outcome of beforehand since he was playing football in high school. If he actually wanted to compare his athletic abilities, he should pick someone a little closer to him.
Parlaying off the Logan Paul and cringy news, fitness influencer Zion Clark had a grappling match against UFC fighter Walter Walker last weekend. Zion, getting this offer from Karate Combat, had to feel like someone was pulling his leg. Walter Walker clearly had a leg up on his competition in this matchup. Sadly, Zion didn't really even have a leg to stand on. Zion Clark doesn't have legs. That's the joke.
As we head back to the States, Falcons rookie James Pierce has been arrested following an altercation in which he wrecked his car into his ex-girlfriend's car and then a police cruiser. James claims he's innocent and just very excited for his new role in the new GTA Atlanta.
Seems like Mean Machine has some exciting news about landing a young edge rusher from that ongoing situation. In other football news, Stephon Diggs has been making headlines after losing a Super Bowl, getting dumped by Cardi B, and has now officially started his trial against his former personal chef for strangulation. The prosecuting lawyers have been really cooking in the lead up to this case. In Stephon's defense, if she had been cooking, then he wouldn't have had to choke her out in the first place. With any luck, the Mean Machine have also landed a wide receiver 1 through a very active NFL to state penitentiary transfer portal.
In international news, Winter Olympics are really heating up as Canada's curling team has been caught cheating at curling. The Canadian player was seen touching the stone after it had passed the accepted line. But this really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, as we've seen Canada cross the line many times.
In a new video sweeping the internet, Michael Jordan is in some hot water after his team has won the Daytona 500. The video shows him seemingly sexually assaulting a child. Now, this is a tough storyline to make a joke about. But what does this situation, recent storylines in Minnesota, and the Titanic all have in common? All have cited ice as being the true villain.
In other Olympic news, ski jumpers in the Olympics are looking for a new form of body enhancement to give themselves a competitive edge. Skiers are now injecting themselves with acid to give themselves girthier penises in order to obtain higher surface area on their bodysuits, and thus give them more lift. Which is ironic, because the biggest dicks in the Olympics so far are the Canadian curling team. Alright, boys and girls, listen up. Parlay or Die Productions is officially on Whatnots. Yeah, we leveled up.
If you're buying sports cards, memorabilia, jerseys, collectibles, or
you're just trying to hunt down that one thing you didn't know you needed until 2 a.m., do us a solid and use our Whatnot QR code when you sign up, or if you're already a member, just to make a purchase.
It costs you absolutely fucking nothing, zero, but it helps the pod in a massive way. More support equals more content, more giveaways, more chaos, and of course, more chances for us to be one leg away from legendary.
So next time you jump on Whatnot, use our QR code and help keep Parlay or Die cooking.
Download Whatnot, scan the code, support the boys. Pretty fucking simple. Place better parlays, you'll be making better money at no time.
It's the steps to success.
So easy.
All right, guys, we are bringing you this new ranking segment here, just because I feel like with the For You pages and the just random reels you get from all around the world, kind of dip your toes in a little bit of everything. You see all these just like random highlight videos that are made from sports all around the world, and you're just like, my God, that's the gnarliest shit I've ever seen in my life. They turned up the violence to an 11 when we thought it couldn't go past 10.
Yeah.
And you see these videos, you're like, Jesus Christ, you share it with all your buds, and then, everyone kind of gets a grasp of like what real violence is out there in this world and how cool that can be.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about the top 5 gnarliest sports we've seen from the interwebs, because they definitely don't have national broadcast deals.
That's true. And PBS got gutted, so we don't do that anymore.
So, Tommy, what would you like to add to our top 5 list of gnarly sports? What have you been seeing out there?
Starting off at number 5, we've got fire soccer. I know what you're thinking. Fire soccer? Are you just combining two things randomly? Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Take the literal thing you're thinking of, and that's exactly what's happening. They're taking a soccer ball, they're lighting it on fire, and they're playing with it. This sport, played in Indonesia, is wild. They play it specifically at a boarding school for boys. I think it's several schools that play each other and whatnot. It's like a confidence booster, but they literally take a ball made of coconut fiber, douse it in fucking diesel, light it in fire, and then play an actual soccer game. Like regular soccer, they kick it, the goalie has to catch it with his hands, throw it back fucking out there, they're chesting and stuff. And if the game's still tied, yeah, that's right, they do PK shootouts, and they have the people line up and shoot it right at them. It's great. It's actual fire. People get burned. They go to the burn unit all the time after the thing. And it really makes you question how bad these people in the professionals would be flopping if they had to play fire soccer with it.
It's crazy. People kind of always say that shit about soccer anyway, which is untrue. It's one of the more dangerous sports because of all the ligaments and stuff you can tear from taking a bad slide tackle and things like that. But this is just dial, like, no way you can say soccer's pussy now. It's legit fire. To see that they have to play all the aspects of soccer, like I think there were walls on it, so they didn't have to like do throw-ins, which would be something. Yeah, especially if they had to like set up like a play, the guys just they're holding it. But the goalie having to catch it's pretty wild, especially when he's like chest catching it, like I've seen a lot of goalies do.
I didn't see any gloves either.
Yeah. It's crazy that he has to quickly get the ball out. Like, mistakes can be made off that, just the rushing alone because your hands are on fire.
Yeah.
It's just truly on what the list is, it is a gnarly-ass sport. It's kind of unbelievable when you see it. Maybe the most gnarly.
Ooh.
Number 4, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. Karate combat.
Oh.
I don't know. There's just something about a fight pit that is alluring to me, like versus a cage fight. Like, just fighting in a pit, it feels like I don't know, way more like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They are in like a pit with like slanted ramps to the outside, so there are people that have thrown like kicks and stuff off the ramps, which is pretty cool. It's pretty much UFC with no grappling at all or whatsoever. So in a way, that is a lot of people's main complaint with UFC is they see too much wrestling, stalling, things like that. So it takes that part out to where you're just getting pretty much kickboxing with UFC gloves on, and no ankle guards or anything like that. But that is pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
And I think they're open to doing like a karate combat like tournament to where it'd be like you fight like days, like
yeah,
that's pretty like Mortal Kombat of them,
right?
Like that's pretty sick. We don't get enough fighting tournaments like that.
Seriously, I'd love a fight tournament. They haven't done that since like the original UFC.
I know, and I think that'd be just badass. Like this guy's fought 5 times. My ribs are broken, but he didn't get knocked out. Tommy, go ahead and let us know what we got for number 3.
Number 3, we're gonna stick kind of similar with the fighting. This one's more popular, bare knuckle boxing. That's right. That sport you used to play in your backyard with a little neighborhood slow boy is actually now a competitive league. Bare knuckle boxing, of course, is the fighting, where there's a little bit of knuckle. They wrap in tape and stuff, varying levels, but for the most part, these guys are going at it with just their fucking hands. And of course, this is gnarly because it doesn't have the glove safety of the UFC or boxing. These guys are just taking straight pounds to the dome, and it is hard to watch sometimes because
some of them, have a lot better of a chin than you would expect. And you're like, you normally probably would say, like, bare knuckle has more finishes. The people that go the distance, though, their face is pretty tore the fuck up at the end of it. It's pretty crazy. Mike Perry's one of those guys who just has a chin on him, able to eat that many bare fists is crazy. I mean, Conor McGregor's gotten into it a little bit. He's one of the owning partners.
He hasn't fought yet, though.
Has not fought because I think something with the UFC, he's not allowed. If he has a fight, it has to be a UFC fight.
Probably doesn't want to get hurt either.
Well, that too, yeah. It's not for everyone, but a lot of former UFC fighters have done it, like Mike Perry, Chad Mendez, I believe, has done it. Eddie Alvarez has done it. So there's a lot of
big names in it.
Yeah, former UFC guys, former boxing guys. It's been pretty exciting. The heavyweight fights are crazy. Just to be like hit with shots that would knock somebody out in a UFC glove or a boxing glove, getting hit bare knuckle with it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And like we said, just what it is, fighting is pretty gnarly. That's why we got 2 fighting things on here.
Yeah.
Number 2 is one that's actually kind of like polarizing in the slightest because people are saying like that's a little too much where these guys are just getting knocked out cold. But not like they've never seen a UFC fight where somebody gets knocked out cold. Like in certain sports, that's on the table is the end. But these guys, like usually pretty gigantic rugby players, are lining up about 15 to 20 yards from each other.
Samoans.
Running Oklahoma drills in front of a crowd. And no pads, of course, like his rugby. And they're getting knocked out fucking cold in high-speed collisions right in the middle of the turf.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how they're both roughly about the same speed because they always meet in the exact middle.
That is weird, huh?
But they're taking shoulders to their chins, knocking themselves completely stiff unconscious. It's CTE at its finest. We've got finally the final form of CTE, the final evolution, the Charizard of CTE. And it's awesome to watch, in my opinion. I don't, that's me saying it's awesome, not thinking about how their families have to live with a bag of potatoes as a family member for the rest of their life, or, the angry dreams that they have, or the bouts of anger that they have from so much brain damage. Yeah. That's not for me to decide right now. I just saw a guy get knocked unconscious from an Oklahoma drill.
Of course. I'm just the judge of the entertainment, which is very good.
Yeah, which is very high level, entertaining stuff. Who will get knocked out, who gets to hit last type of deal. Just badass to see.
It is. And then, closing out our list, number 1, and in no particular order, we've got WrestleBall. WrestleBall, coming out of Dagestan, Russia, is a combination of, you guessed it, wrestling and basketball. Teams meet in the middle, 2 guys wrestle it out, and I think that's how they determine who gets ball first. And then from there, it's a semi-standard basketball game, except they take all the things that would make white people bad at basketball out. They lower the rim. There's no dribbling. It's like so easy. However, they added a component where you're allowed to just wrestle people.
And it's the most white thing of all time. You have to rip your shirt off before you wrestle them real quick.
You got to rip your shirt off before you're allowed to suplex them.
Yeah, and I think the gnarly part about it is the opening wrestling match isn't that great unless you're a freestyle wrestling guy.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how it starts out. But I think it's just all the suplexes where these motherfuckers land straight on their head and neck.
Yeah.
Like they don't try to suplex them to just like put him down for a second. They suplex him to take him out of the game. And it's, like you said, all the aspects of a basketball game that would make white people not as good at it. They lowered the rims, so, we could dunk, gracias. I wish they do that over here a little bit. There's no dribbling needed. They just run the ball down and sprinting, which is, speeds up the game for white people a little bit. They don't have to do, like, the two-hand action or, like the...
Double.
Yeah, and I think they still do chest passes, but that's just how you get the ball around, I think.
Sure, that's just basics. That's fundamental.
Yeah, it's the best pass to do. Sometimes a bounce pass, too, but... you never know, but the rims are lowered, so you do get some action in there, and it makes, I think, fighting for the post and area a lot more
literal.
Yeah, they're literally fighting for the rebounds, which is pretty awesome. But I think the shirt taking off thing is kind of weird. Yeah. But it's like every suplex, the person yanks off the shirt first, to where I think it may be a rule.
It has to be. I can't understand because it's Russian.
Yeah.
But I would assume it is.
But that kind of like takes you out of the next play too, because you get your shirt, put it back on, so you can take it off for the next time you want to suplex somebody.
I feel like I would notice the guy taking off his shirt behind me.
They're pretty quick with it.
They are very quick.
Pretty quick. But that was our top 5 in no particular order. If I had to pick number 1, probably the fire soccer was the most shocking, especially the opening ceremonies where the guy just stands with like 1,000 firecrackers going off around him and just has no fear of death at all. Just absolutely, it's one of those events where you just watch, you're like, is this happening?
Yeah, we're going to link that in the videos down in like the comments. You guys got to check this thing out.
Yeah, fire soccer it's you kind of question what you're watching. And it's just like these Buddhist kids that are doing it on top of mountains, I think, or something.
It must be.
Some Avatar firebender shit.
Some firebender bullshit.
But they don't have any powers. They just get burned. They just get burned bad. All right, guys, but that was our ranking. If you have a crazy or gnarlier sport that we didn't notice, that's not a hobby, like fucking freestyle rock climbing. Yeah, sure, pretty gnarly, but it's not competitive against somebody else.
Yeah.
You're competing against God, I think.
That's what most of those are, like surfing. You're just against God.
And just like all those Red Bull stunt things that they do, I'm like, yeah, it's not like a competitive sport though. Like,
Yeah.
how does someone win?
Like jumping off of the thing in space, and technically you're just falling.
Yeah, you're the best faller. But I'd say like we had the only honorable mention was probably that skeleton luging.
Yeah.
Where you're going like 80 miles an hour head first on a sled down ice. That was pretty gnarly, but we went with more violent and life altering consequences in our matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have a better option, let us know in the comments below. And if you give us any good ideas, we'll bring it up in the next episode and we'll talk about that gnarly sport as well.
Yeah.
But for right now, this is the top 5, and we are going to go into our review of Chad Powers.
Wow, this is gonna
Wow.
be
It's a great program.
I can't do the Chad Powers voice.
I thought you were trying to do fuck. It's like
That's all bad.
Guys, we're coming to you with a new segment that you might have seen before. If you did, you're a day one. You're a day one, and you should be appreciated, and you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
But we're renaming it because we couldn't remember the other name, and we're gonna call it Sports Cinema with 2 S's. Sports Cinema. Oh wait, like SS? Do we want to be in that realm?
No.
No.
Just one S.
Just 1 S. So the other one just spelled the way it's supposed to be spelled.
Yes.
We're gonna review movies about sports or TV.
Yeah. Movies, TV show, web series, whatever is like real popular or just has some kind of sports affiliation with it. We're going to talk about it, give our honest opinions, and at the end, we're going to rate it with our own rating system, the Wu-Tang.
And you can get up to 5 Wu-Tangs for being the best film or TV show that's ever happened. We're not going to talk about it. You'll catch our first 5.
Absolutely.
Because we have a very long list of sports, movies, and TV shows.
They make a ton of these. You know how many Rockies there are alone?
Sports have built-in storylines. They don't have to really add too much to a story.
Yeah.
I got a team that is trying to win it all. It's probably going to be the one they're making the movie about. And then maybe add in like some relationship drama. Maybe like some funny jokes with the boys, having some beers, a drunken night. Maybe a player dies after that. Or maybe he doesn't die, Gary Bertier, and Remember the Titans. And then he has another wreck and dies, and then like brings the team together when they're in their like late 40s.
Isn't that what happened in The Sandlot?
I think it was Remember the Titans is what I was reading exactly off of, but The Sandlot, one of them could have died. Ham had horrible cholesterol.
Isn't there like a fan theory online, like the whole
Team was dead anyway. I
Yeah.
hate those fan theories.
They all exist in heaven?
Yeah, like I hate those fan theories so much. They're like, you know what? All the kids in Neverland were dead. That's why they weren't aging. What? I'm just a child who was watching a cartoon. I don't even watch that shit anymore. Why I care?
I don't know. But yeah, we're going to do that.
So our first show, Tommy. What are we gonna do for our first show?
A brand new Hulu special that has taken the nation by storm and then everyone kind of forgot about until season 2 comes out. Chad Powers.
Based off of the Eli Manning, I think it was like an ESPN thing, where he dressed up and went to, I think, Ole Miss tryouts
Yeah.
as a horribly atrocious thing. I didn't know how they were going to translate this to a television show because Eli had a fake nose on. The Mannings have horse faces anyway, so that's like a double big nose. Like, they made him look, it was very anti-Semitic how they made him look. For them not to make him Jewish in the show, it almost is like a slight against their God,
Damn.
which I think is God.
Yeah, they're just the one God.
See? That's fucked up. But we're going to go ahead and get into the show. It starts with Jackson Holiday, the main character of the story.
Russ Holiday.
The main character of the story, Russ Holiday. Yeah, like I said from the beginning, we're going to start here with Russ Holiday, the main character, is playing for Oregon.
Yep.
The Oregon Ducks.
Wah.
He does a very non-Oregon thing and drops the ball when he's running in a touchdown in the national championship game. I believe he's in Georgia.
Yes. But
Not good.
he does do a very Oregon thing in that he loses the game. And
We've never won a natty. That's fucked up if they did that.
that is.
They're like, we're not going to put y'all's first natty as a fake one.
I mean, that's respectable. But things go even worse for Chad, because after losing the big game, he goes over and sucker punches a dad who falls into his Make-A-Wish kid.
Ruff, who's also like his biggest fan. I think they try to make that point pretty clear. And, national ordeal. He becomes a big douchebag, cost his team the national championship, hates kids that have cancer.
Cost him his NFL career. They do not pick him up after that. He was a senior. He was right in line for the Heisman and everything.
So yeah, he eventually gets broke down. The USFL doesn't take him. That's how you know it's bad. That little cameo by them. Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has this bad. Guy just feels bad for himself. His dad works in like movie stuff. Makes prosthetic. He goes to college. He tries out for the college team, which apparently is like a D1 program.
The Catfish.
Yeah, would never happen where they're just having open tryouts for someone to fill main positions like quarterback.
Yeah.
And to be one that has like Georgia on their schedule, which they play teams like Georgia. A lot of things. Yeah, there's a lot of fun college football, like cameos, like Herb Street, the one redneck guy that does like all the racing ones too.
El Payton shows up for an episode.
El Payton's the producer.
I know, but he's also a coach for Ole Miss on one of the episodes.
Oh really?
No, not Payton. Eli. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Eli is the main producer.
But yeah, Russ goes in disguise to try and redeem himself and play starting quarterback for the Catfish. Along with him, he's got a band of interesting characters to help him along in his play. He's got the mascot of the Catfish, his kind of little sidekick. He's a little gay little fellow, but he's a good guy. He helps him out with the prosthetics, the makeup.
He falls in love with we're not gonna say, but somebody in the show. You guys can watch it. Other than that, yeah, it's just kind of like a coming of age story because he already came to his age and he fucked that up.
Yeah.
Has to re-come of age and kind of prove himself as a man that he still was a good player, good person. Got a pretty good story arc and a bit of a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, he goes into the big game against UGA with unknown results. Coach has a heart attack. He's sidelined, and now one of the assistant coaches now knows his dirty secret. So
yeah, it is a thrill ride through and through. I'm excited for the season 2 that has been announced in production. I feel like Glenn Powell should have more time to film it now. He's not. He was doing like every movie when that shit was being filmed. He said he had like 3 movies going on.
I think he still has another one coming in.
Yeah, but I don't think he has like 4. So that's at least a little bit more time for this. We hope they stay at this amount of episodes or more.
Yeah, there's only 6.
Yeah, so more. Let's hope for more. 10 episodes isn't that much to ask for.
No, of course. I think it's bullshit the kind of system they do now. You get 10 episodes, maybe. Some are fucking 8. You get for like once every 2 years.
I think what they're waiting for us to tell us on season 2 is he opts out early, goes to the draft. You have to have like paperwork now, right? But yeah, so overall, Tommy, what are you rating this show? It was pretty funny.
I liked it. I agree. It has a lot of humor in it, but also has a lot of heart. Because like you said, you see a redeeming story in Russ. You see this kind of douchebag who's at his lowest of lows. He does a goddamn Cybertruck. That's how you know he's a bad guy. But through it, you still root for him in his victories because you see the hardship. His dad doesn't like him anymore, wants him to get the fuck out of his life. Really doesn't have anyone else. And he's building friendships, and he's overcoming his own ego. And he's kind of learning what it means to be a team. And that's kind of very heartwarming, and it's something more we need to see in sports. The more we see this evolving NIL, this centristic, or this me mentality on sports teams, basketball, football, it's good to see a show that kind of shows that it's more than that. It's more about the team and the family than just you. So I really like this show. I think it's really great, has some good potential, but at the same time, it has its flaws. I like Chad Powers acting. The little gay guy is funny at times. A lot of the other cast struggles at times to get like it across to me. The head coach isn't too bad, but the other coaches and the girl kind of fall flat on me. At times I thought the dad's acting was also bad. They gotta pop him in and out. Overall, good stuff. I'm gonna give it 3.5 Wu-Tangs. Jay? Thoughts?
I think that's pretty fair. I mean, I don't agree with what you said about Steve Zahn. That's crazy. The coach.
Yeah.
The guy that plays the coach.
He's okay.
He's in tons of movies. Saving Silverman. He's in that movie. Strange Wilderness. He's in that movie.
Didn't see it.
He's in other movies.
I haven't seen him. Probably so bad.
For me personally, I thought the show was pretty funny. You got to kind of take it in a world that's like, because I think people kind of, and I did this at points where it was like, this could never work. Like, it's not actually happening. Yeah. It's a show. Special conditions. And if world that's how, if you take your head out of it, it's a pretty funny show. I like it. It has a good storyline. Like you said, you see him start to make decisions and like that he's actually changing. like when he's one-on-one with himself, he's starting to realize after he makes mistakes, like more remorseful than he would have been in the past because he was kind of a cocky shit. But I really liked it, and I thought that the coach's daughter was I thought she was pretty good looking. She was pretty in that like tomboyish way, like you kind of want to like you have her put you in a headlock so your face is rubbing her boobie, something like that. I don't know. Maybe other people like think differently for their first dates, but to each their own. I'm gonna give it 4 Wu-Tangs.
Ooh.
4 Wu-Tangs. Woo!
That's good. That's very good.
I have an emoji for that.
But that's our honest review of Chad Power Season 1. We can't wait for Season 2. And of course, this is our first episode of Sports Cinema. So comment down below on other movies or shows you want us to review. If not, we're going to pick our own ones.
That's probably the most honest I've ever been, ever.
That's true.
The more you know, moment of the show. Did you know?
In what would be later referred to as the greatest 45 minutes in sport, Jesse Owens broke 4 world records in just the span of 45 minutes during the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. He broke 6 world records in his lifetime.
The more you know.
All right, guys, we are here with the closing statements pretty much of the episode. Maybe even the closing statements to Stefan Diggs'
That's true.
trial.
He could be in jail next time we come out.
Yeah, next time we have an episode, we could have some Parlay or Die Sports News Networks about Stefan fighting for, like a pudding cup or something, in his commissaries.
That's true. Or him hanging out with P. Diddy in the cell.
That could be do like a joint album or something together. You dig that, bitch? I'll choke you out while P. Diddy jerks it with his oils. It's a little too far. I went R. Kelly on that one.
Wow, Jay. Too far.
50 Cent is going to be pumped if he is.
I'd love to have 50 Cent on this show.
Oh, man.
That's everything you don't
that
like.
might be one of our white whales, or white buffalo, great white buffalo, is to get 50 Cent on the show.
Great White Buffalo?
That's like have you seen a Hot Tub Time Machine?
Oh.
It's like Great White Buffalo. It's like the dream girl.
Oh, okay.
Like a rare. Because I think Great White Buffaloes are rare. I don't think anyone's seen a white buffalo.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Great White What was the other one you can say, I guess?
White Whale, like Moby Dick?
Yeah, White Whale. Would be 50 Cent. That or like, who would be the coolest person we could get on the show? 50 does like sports.
Gronk would be cool.
Gronk would be cool.
AB.
AB might be one of the top 2. Is that crazy? Yeah.
I lose my shirt at AB. AB, what do I have to do to be cracker of the day?
What do I have to do to be like a competitor in this?
I'll say about my crackerness.
Do I have to put like raisins inside of potato salad? Like, what do I have to do here?
Tell me.
But yeah, we had a lot of stuff in here today.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff. We're gonna keep that going. There's probably gonna be a lot more Unruly shows than Blitz the Books coming out in the upcoming months until our season end in April.
Yeah.
Which would be, I think, set for like the weekend of 420. Will be our last of the episode. We like to end on a high note.
That's hysterical, and that's what we'll do. 420 will be our last
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, 420. Well, it was last season.
What day is 420? It's a Monday. We'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say 'cause that's the weekend that just happened. Like, what else? One of the sports ended that weekend.
That might be.
And it was
that.
WrestleMania weekend.
Okay.
So yeah, we like to end on a high note every season. So we're gonna end on the week of 420. But you're gonna see a lot, like I said, a lot more Unruly shows than Blitz the Books. You'll have Blitz the Books on every week that there's a UFC numbered card, and when we go into March,
Yeah,
which honestly isn't that far away either.
Yeah, March will have.
When we get into the
thing.
March tournament, you're gonna see a couple Blitz the Books come out. because that's the biggest sporting event really of the quarters 1 and 2. Besides, Super Bowl's technically in quarter 1, but and national championship, but those are just like games, not season
You
stuff.
have Masters and stuff too.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close this one out. Tommy, do you have anything for them?
Absolutely. We hope you enjoyed this show. Don't forget to follow us on all the social medias. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We post all the fucking time. It's really good, really funny. Like, comment, subscribe, share our stuff as well. If you put it on your page, you'll get lots of laughs. People will think you're cool and funny by stealing our cool and funniness. And that's cool. That's funny. Do that.
If you're interested, still reach out. We have had no one yet. Reach out if you want to be part of the production company. We have some roles that we're looking to hire for, experience-based roles, but you would be open to compensation as the business grows.
Absolutely.
Also, we're looking for anybody that's interested in being in a movie. We are filming once the season concludes in April.
Yeah.
We will be filming until August on that movie to get it complete. It's going to be damn near a feature film.
Yeah.
I think runtime we're expecting about an hour and a half of movie.
We keep adding stuff to it.
Keep adding stuff, a lot of funny stuff. A lot of people who you may not say would be like who you'd picture in our audience has actually gave top rating to the synopsis and the run through of the film, saying that would be funny. And y'all making that for real? And my mom saying, oh no. So, there's a lot of opinions out there, mostly good. I'd say we're at like a 99% approval rate, which is better than anything Donald Trump has done yet.
That's big.
That's big.
Our movie is guaranteed already to do better than Melania.
I think, we're going to get way better numbies in the box office for a film that's not going to it. But we will be in film festivals around the state next year. Look for us there. Not usually a lot of comedy movies in the film festivals.
Absolutely. Look out. We're going to start doing more community events. You may have seen us at the cage fighting. We're also going to be doing sports bar trivia, more sporting events, just more out and about, interacting with our fans, doing more, because that's the content you guys want to see.
Yeah, you'll see us shooting a lot more content in the community around the state, just selling the state as a whole.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good ideas. This off season really won't be an off season for us. We just dial in on a different thing. You'll see us on social media still daily and weekly.
The grind never stops.
The grind never stops. We'll have just more of our filming will be more toward the movie and online short content, form content. But, you'll see a lot of us in different ways, and hopefully we'll get this brand rolling.
Absolutely. So, remember,
you're always one leg away from legendary.
I'm dancing with the fucking stars, man.